everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Blast Epoch podcast with the boys. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up? What's up?
It's been basically a bit more than 1 week after the patch. Quick run of thoughts, from top to bottom, Volka.
Yeah, I think this patch is maybe the best so far in the game. Like the season is good. I've been playing quite a bit, which has been like last season I played only a little bit, so I've actually enjoyed my time playing the game and stuff. So it's been good. I like the new mechanic. I like the corruption stuff. Makes gearing interesting and all that. So yeah, it's good.
Mr. Derek.
Yeah, kind of the same as well. Like, I think it's going to be a patch where I'm going to be interested in the game like for way longer than like other patches. I've been taking it kind of slow compared to you guys because I've mostly done leveling, but I'm starting to look at like endgame stuff and even like getting some new ideas for like rushing to empowered, rushing to Uberoth, that kind of stuff. Like rogue, especially because I'm a very big rogue enjoyer.
It's a rogue patch, bro. It's a rogue patch.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've also been enjoying the patch quite a bit. I also think it's one of the best patch. I still think season 2 probably was the best for me, but this patch certainly brings a lot of things with corruption, and the new mechanic is really good as well. I was actually surprised with the amount of density they could pitch in that specific mechanic. So yeah, it's pretty good. I've been enjoying my time.
Yeah. For me, pretty much the same. I kind of agree with Bina here, where like it feels like season 2, like because of the race and because there was still CT for us, so it was a bit less stressful to prepare the patch, and it was like at least from a personal perspective, it was so cool, to prepare the patch and then play it, and then we had the fucking Caesar Run event, which brought a lot of people and a lot of eyes. And it just felt great. But in terms of actual gameplay and mechanics and especially progression, I think this feels the best. No, this feels the best we ever had.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I think corruption really nicely ties in the progression of your character and brings in that much needed step between the guaranteed 1 LP and like the higher LP items that you're chasing.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And I feel like now it's, I mean, depends on the build, right? Like, but many times you actually want to get like something like 1 LP plus the corruption instead of you go 2 LP or something. It's so nice. Like, it depends on the item, depends on the build. Sometimes you go for more LP and maybe no corruption at all. But it's like the corruption mechanic is so good. It's so good.
I much prefer the meta of no imprinting exploit, and you just get your item, slam your item, corrupt shot. Oh my god, much I think it's much more enjoyable, and it's much more unexpected. And because with imprint double corrupt, it just felt like you had a recipe, you were following the recipe, there was no other outcome that was good, and it was pretty frustrating if you actually missed the slam, because it just meant, oh, okay, more mindless grind for no reason. And it feels like now, like the access to the items that you corrupt is basically lower, because you can corrupt the 1 LP and you still have an insane item, and you don't get the frustration of, okay, between the 1 LP and the 2 LP double tier 7, what the fuck do I do? Well, I just uninstall, right? So yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And fuck imprints, honestly. Like, I think nerf of imprints is the best thing that has happened to the game on my personal view.
Yeah.
I do also think so, but let's stay real. Like, imprints are not gone totally. It's
No.
just that it's a way. It pushed them towards being a little bit later, or like much later in your progression, I'd say, or depending on where you want your characters to stand. You just proc less of them, but
it
they are
depends
still these giga endgame chase after you're done with everything else. But I mean, yeah, corruption really ties in really nicely.
But it depends what you imprint, because, for example, I played like 4 characters now, I think, in hardcore, and I've been imprinting a lot of the early game items that I need on the builds just naturally, because my characters are level 90 or 95 or whatever. And for example, if you imprint things like, again, Traitor's Tongues and Firestarter Torches and Titan Hearts and Attunement Gloves, and if you imprint those kind of items, you actually giga print them, right? Still. And since corruptions are a thing, you actually want to have them, and you probably don't want to be wasting your prophecies for that, right? Because I mean, it's kind of like a waste of. You can still use prophecies to get the really rare stuff like red rings. So it seems to me like sure you can still use them later for like the 1 in a million proc blah 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 for this giga item, but it seems to me like the intention of the developers is to actually turn imprints into more of like a early game passive kind of like printer of items that you just they wanna incentivize you to pick up because the corruption is in place, and they want you to have enough ammunition to throw into the crankler, basically, right?
Yeah. I mean, I also do like that imprints are, I mean, not gone, but they're like less prevalent, I guess, in the meta. So
stupid.
I really didn't enjoy imprinting at all. And from what I've heard, like the trove strats and stuff like that, they're not as effective at all as they were before. So
yeah,
you can actually do the new mechanic and just like normally play the game. So I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that it is really unexplored as to how to properly juice the end game now and how to properly farm.
Yeah, it's too early. It's too early to know. Too early.
Yeah, it's still kind of early, and I will definitely do some tests as I usually do with every season. But I think there's a good chance that the new quest chains are really good. I've already found a few different methods of using them, and also if you just I've already found a few methods of using them to either proc your imprints rapidly, or there's a lot of tests to do whether it's because if you put woven echoes in the web in, like, for example, in a straight line, and you do them all, you proc the chains on each side all the time. And then these chains can either be, omen, beasts, normal echoes. There's good options like beasts. Echo chains are really good for beast materials. Omen echo chains are going to be really good for. It's our only source really of omen idols, right? And those are like the big chase idols, which can have a really big impact on certain builds. It's vastly unexplored. I think we need to like really retest a lot of these strategies, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like we won't really have definitive answers about this until time and volume speaks, because it's not something that it's easy to test on your own, basically. I'm sure someone's going to take a look at the data mine of the actual formula of imprints, going to look at, because at the moment we all know they're being nerfed, and we all know they proc less. But when they mean like double tier 7s are less likely, have they actually built in like some sort of roadblock that is just like right? Or are we talking like, before, if you get like out of 100 you get 10, now it's like 1? Can it still happen, and it's just a matter of volume of just like trying to proc them more often or whatever, or how they actually work? Because until we know the math behind it, it's like, nobody goes out looking for a 4LP Ravenous Void because they know the math behind it. Because if they didn't know the math, they would still be looking for, next one will be 4LP, hee. So I agree with you. It's super unexplored. It's too early. And I don't think the game needs it either. So, which is, the game is good with dropping stuff that is good. And not
the base game is fine, but there will be, there's corruption ladders now, so if the game becomes like there's going to be a scene that is going to be competitive on the ladder for sure.
Do you want to briefly touch on the amazing competitiveness that is the softcore corruption ladder?
Holy, I mean, it's literally just like, thousands of deaths and just like CHP meta, and I mean that's what we expected, of course. And what else can you expect? And the game has really like no penalty.
The thing is, like, I expected people to just corpse rush the shit out of it and just like, just corpse rush, force corruption with temporal keystones and needles, and just like cheese the system like crazy. But I did not expect people to have 2k deaths week 1. Okay,
I mean, what else can you do? You die every echo.
I mean, 2k deaths. Like
we've actually taken a look at this, and it was like 1 death every 2 minutes or something.
Yes. Like the people on the top are like,
yeah.
because now
Yeah,
you can actually track.
interesting. Also, I get linked like some setups, like, yo, can you look at the setup? And then I see it's like a CHP setup and like 2K deaths. I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's just like CHP full DPS. Like, I mean, I can't really do much with that. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one in ladder has 472 deaths.
Yeah, but that guy, he has low
Insane.
deaths. He has low deaths. That guy is actually Giga.
Really?
Yeah, and he's
Yeah,
doing some
that's
group
actually, yeah,
stuff.
that's actually low. Yeah.
Okay, the next one, 557. I mean, it's still
But
quite
yeah,
a lot.
that's gonna be the meta because all you have to do is
1.7K.
kill bosses, basically.
1.7k deaths in a week, bro. I just think, okay, obviously we're memeing a bit with this, and if you like pushing softcore and, you know, hey, you do what makes you happy, right? You do whatever you like. But I think the devs have a bit of a responsibility in the future to ensure that the best way to play the game and the way to compete in the game and the way to push corruption and all of these things should be fun. Like I think like I think until there's some sort of like death penalty or death repercussion or corruption can't just be cheesed and abused, corpse rushing. Corpse rushing should be punished, is what I'm trying to say, and it should be by design. So players are looking into making characters that are balanced and that are fun, and and not just like the gameplay is one death per minute, because I don't think it's enjoyable to do. It makes everyone not give a fuck about the ladder, obviously, and lose 50 corruption on death. Holy.
Holy.
That would be beautiful.
At least in softcore, because in hardcore it's gonna be pretty.
No, in
healthy,
hardcore is gonna be great, but then we will have another problem in hardcore, which is, does it really matter when the state of the game is how it is? Like,
no, I think no matter how the state of the game is, it does. There will always be a competitive scene. So it's just, you know, how the game is right now. That's how the ladder is, and then you figure out what's the best way in this current season, and next season is something else, and next season is something else. But ladders always matter, no matter what we think or someone thinks the state of the game is. I think it matters.
yeah, but
At least that's my opinion on that.
In softcore, it's just, again, whoever is like a mental asylum competition, you know, like like literally.
I mean, but it's not really like any different from something like at least old Delve in PoE. I mean, some people enjoy it, so it's not like
yeah, of course.
You know,
but
if you enjoy it, it's completely fine.
But I think
But
it's
at least in Delve, like it's scaling way more exponentially, right?
Yeah. It's different, but also in some ways quite similar.
I just think that it's very funny that it has exposed kind of like what because this has been going on since forever, but we couldn't really see it exactly. And now that you actually get to see what people are actually doing and how people are actually playing, and you know, they grab a macro build, they change some items, they call it an upgrade because they're doing more damage, but they don't mention the 2k deaths in 1 week. You know, I was like, well, I mean, I guess.
I mean, having the ladder is quite nice though for you know, to check like builds and stuff like that, what people are playing. And I mean, quite often it's the maximum builds that people just copy and buy the items on MG. But I mean, there's some original ones. There are also like some things that we don't have, or you know, decent builds. So it's kind of nice
I
to
wasn't
check.
expecting to be that. I knew people followed the builds, but I mean, like I went to Necromancer the other day, and the first like 300 people are playing Abomination, brother. Like Abomination. And I'm like, huh? Like I thought it was some niche build that the 3 crazy guys that like it played it, and well, it turns out they're a big club, you know. So.
Oh god. Imagine enjoying playing Abomination.
Yeah, it's actually quite fun to look through the ladder and.
Yeah.
I mean, so like there's not that much build diversity if you look at it like this, right? I'd say that most players are strictly following a build guide.
Yeah.
So that tells us
and they
a lot
also
about.
I mean they also pick the S tier build, like you know, like there is diversity, but people only play the like super Chiga, you know, S tier. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess we don't see all the players that also just, I guess, play regular monos, and then when they get to empowered, they reroll, right? We don't really get to see what they do.
No, we don't get to see that much, no.
Yeah.
It's also very interesting because I've seen some builds pop up on the ladder, and you know, I would quickly test it to see, hey, am I missing something here? And I would test it, the build is at 3k corruption or 4k corruption or 5k corruption, and you test the build and it's doing like, I don't know, 10 million DPS, right? When for us, 10 million DPS build is like C tier, lower
it's gonna
than
be like
C tier.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like C tier. Yeah,
It's like the lowest tier we have, pretty much, in terms of damage.
Yeah, not overall, not like a bossing tier list. Yeah, like DPS wise.
But even with that DPS, you can get to those crazy extreme corruption numbers. So I think that the corruption ladder also doesn't really do a good job of showcasing, especially in softcore, what's actually like a good build. Because if you want to pick a bad build and just brute force it, sure, it's gonna take you longer, but you can. You'll just die a bit more and you'll be slower. But if you want to take a fucking C tier build into 3k corruption, you can, because you will have enough damage, and it's just a matter of death, and until you brute force it, basically.
Yeah.
Quite like the corruption also, in the sense of like progression and how a bit more organic the item progression is compared
You
to
mean
before.
the item corruption, Derek?
Yeah, the progression thanks to the item corruption. Yeah. Because like I often find myself now trying to corrupt most of my weapons, for example, during leveling. And after that, trying to also, it's basically like new toys that they give you each patch. And now we're getting like so many toys to play with and try to build like your character, let's say, as fast as possible for me. But just in general, like it's really fun trying to find, okay, this item, I'm gonna get it this way because this is gonna be like, this is gonna cost me, okay, all of my rune of corruption, let's say. I'm gonna spend it on this item. Then all of my favor, I'm gonna spend it on this item and this item. You know how you kind of plan your build around like the resources that you have in the game.
Like, I'm gonna get the boss farm from this guy. I'm gonna get my prophecies on that thing. Yeah. I always do that. Yeah.
As they are adding more and more like mechanics like this, it's really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I love how everything is called corruption now. So, okay, we
corrupt everything.
Okay, shall we talk a bit about, since we were mentioning a bit DPS and builds and ladder, let's mention first, I guess, the builds maybe from outside. Have you seen a build that is not on max roll that you think we should take a look at, or that, all that?
I've seen some pretty interesting stuff, especially like it's a big rogue patch, right? Also like Spellblade got a lot of nice, like Rogue and Spellblade got a lot of new toys. But one that is very interesting I saw on YouTube is Acid Flask, actually, manual Acid Flask with like
with Blade
video
Storm
from SNK.
Yeah.
It looks pretty freaking crazy. I kind of want to test it. There's a lot of rogue builds that are popping up. Some really, how killing Uber with like recall Umbra Blades, is just like absolute craziness. Like,
like one-shotting Uber type of thing. Yeah.
There's for sure some builds out there that are popping up, and I think the one that stands out the most to me are probably is probably Acid Flask.
Yeah, I was looking into the Acid Flask thing, but after when that build kind of like when he posted the video, like I had been working on Shadowrend for like the previous week, kind of. And yeah, I mean, after Shadowrend, you go like, okay, do I need another rogue that is just worse than this at everything? Like, oh man, like, because the Shadowrend stuff is, I mean,
yeah, I mean, so many builds on Rogue do like over 100 million DPS on endgame planners.
Yeah,
which are like really easily obtainable gear. Like one tier 7 slammed, and it's like way above everything else.
We actually remade
even more so than others.
We actually remade the boss tier list, because before we used to have a threshold, basically a DPS threshold to get into S tier, right? And that DPS threshold used to be 20 million. But the problem is, like, when you have builds that are doing 100 plus with the same level of gear, suddenly, like that threshold doesn't really make any sense anymore.
Yeah, we had to kind of like rework the list, and also like even now with the rework, we still have like inside S tier, we still have like a big difference between builds, like the top ones. are still like way faster and better at like something like Uber Aberrot than the others in S. But the others are also S, you know, so you can't put them A also. So we added this like asterisk onto the tier list to kind of like make more sense with that.
Another thing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, yeah, basically, like this list is now like on just like a Uber Aberrot tier list. I mean, it already was pretty much, but now it's just trying to be like more informative with the list, and like adding like actual like how much time does it take to kill Uber. So that's the idea with the list. And I mean, there's still some like with this list we can't show every single detail about the build. Like something like Judgment Paladin is quite low there on B, even though it's like a very good bossing build. It's just like it's slower
It's a
on
long,
the boss.
yeah,
So
it's a long.
yeah, it takes a long time. So yeah.
It's also.
Yeah, and then
Sorry,
go ahead.
Vina. No, you do. You go. Vina.
Well, so it's also the fact that with the patch, we got the new altars and the new idols, and so some builds benefit way more from having increased effect of certain idols, or maybe some build can fit more idols because you get an omen idol, like a 1x3 or 3x1 that you could only get an affix from a 1x4 before, and you would not really use it or something like that. Or you could not use 4 of them, but now you can use 4 of them, or you know, there's a lot of different combination of things that make it so that the builds varied greatly in how much damage they could output. And you know, comparing all of these together now with the game getting harder as well, it changes the like where they sit in tiers, or maybe even like where they you know, some get giga buffed, which they surpass a lot more some of the other builds that didn't get as buffed.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's also weird because of how we do the tier list with the end game planner, because we think it's like, okay, is, you know, you make a starter, you make a build, boom, 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 this is what you should expect. But then you also have cases of builds that maybe on end game planner they're like on A tier, but if you actually manage to get close to aspirational because they have bigger multipliers, or they just scale better with gear because, you know, they have some sort of attribute stacking mechanic going on or whatever, you have builds that suddenly, you know, if you go from endgame gear to aspirational, you're not doubling the DPS, you might be 4xing the DPS, where other builds, aspirational, a lot of the time is just getting a bit more HP or a bit more whatever. So that also makes it a bit weird, because you will see videos by people on YouTube playing some builds, and you know, you might look at this tier list and say, oh, but I've seen X build do it in 2 minutes instead, or 1 minute, or, and a lot of the times it's because, well, because they are past endgame gear, or they just decided to go full class cannon in softcore, which you can do with any build, right? So
and also like this, like any list we have, it ranks the max roll builds. It doesn't rank your build or like some random build on somewhere online. It's our build, the setup we have. So that's something to keep in mind as well, you know, for the lists.
Yeah. You can always go.
And yeah, like some builds like really benefit, like Lizard said there, like something like a Flame and a Lich, you get 1 corruption affix on a chest, and it's like suddenly like way more damage just from 1 affix. So yeah, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, Flame Mana Lich is one of those, no? Like on endgame planner you have 1k mana, and suddenly on aspirational you can get to 3k mana, and it's like, whoa, you know, what happened, you know?
Yeah, or like frogs, for example, having the 1 LP weapon versus the 2 LP weapon, like adding that flat damage is absolutely massive for its DPS. So like sometimes that one single item that you invest a little bit more into makes a huge difference on the power of the build. I wanted to talk a little bit about idols, because what we were talking about before, what Rax was saying in his video, that idols are very difficult to obtain, and I think it's mostly a like not knowing how to, rather than being difficult, because in my experience, idols have become so much easier to actually get your idols that you want because of corruption. And there's this one thing that okay, let's talk about COF. If you are in COF, the way to farm good 2 affix idols, like strict idols, is going to be doing prophecies most of the time, right? But there is also now the what are they called? The echo rewards. That the more monsters that you kill in your echo, the more you unlock tiers of rewards. And the last one, you actually unlock a lot of idols. So on those echo rewards, you can actually get a huge explosion of idols, just like if you completed a prophecy, basically. So now you have like two sources. On top of that, with corruption, you have a chance to max roll the rolls on the idol, right? It could min roll them, it could max roll them, it could add something. But max rolling them is not that difficult to get with the amount of idols that you can proc with prophecies. And if you're looking for a specific like one prefix or only one suffix, you can always get your maximum roll of one of those, and then you could potentially get max roll on a two affix idol as well for the regular ones. We're not talking about omen idols here. Omen idols are still very difficult to obtain as we don't have any prophecies for them, and there's they're only available in the league mechanic. But regular idols are sort of similar, like they're close in power when they are maximum rolled. Because the omen idols, you won't be able to like add a weaver affix to it. You won't be able to max roll it with a corruption rune. So you would need to be extremely lucky to get the proper omen idol. Whereas getting a perfect regular idol is quite simple, frankly.
Yeah, this
What do you guys
talking
Yeah.
about idols, I think I was actually having this conversation right before the podcast myself with people, and actually getting regular idols max rolled now is basically because before you wouldn't even pick an idol that is not max rolled, right? Because you had no option. Like you wouldn't bother with enchantments, you wouldn't bother with anything because it's not max rolled. So why do I want this, right? And now you are actually, if you see an idol with the affix you like on the two, you pick it up, you corrupt it, and chance 75% chance for a positive outcome, and out of that is a 25% chance of maximum roll. So let's say on average you're like 5%, 10% chance of hitting the thing, well, every 10 idols you pick up, one of them will be max rolled, right? So, and all you need is the affixes you like. I think the problem you have with idols is that kind of like the similar with Exalted, with technically possible 4 tier 7 bullshit, right? Like the technically possible limit of power of idols is, I wonder why it even exists. Because, okay, you get an idol, then you enchant it. Technically possible to get double tier 7s, even though it's 1 in a 3 jillion, right? So, a new player doesn't really understand that, doesn't go into databases and data mines to know, okay, can this actually happen? So you keep re-rolling is super tedious. And then, okay, now I corrupt it, and hopefully, I'm lucky or whatever. And not only that, but
just to mention, like the expected outcome is the best one. It would be to get one tier 7 that you want, and that's it.
Yeah,
and continue.
Just to inform like that's what we have self-imposed to ourselves as guide makers, because we kind of have looked into how it works behind the scenes. But this is a self-imposed limitation, right? Like, and the system is giga troll, because sometimes you get an affix. Oh, it rolls tier 5. It has 3 potential left or 3 weaver left. Oh, nice! I'm gonna get tier 7, and then it rolls tier 1 ton avoidance.
Yeah.
And then omen idols.
And the difference between tier 5 and 7 are really big. So it makes a big difference.
So it's like, I don't know, the system, like the enchantment system, is not fun to interact with. And not only that, you're always feeling like, why would I interact with the system if eventually I just want my omen idol, right? Which doesn't have weaver bullshit. So, and I don't know, we'll see how hard it is to get these omen idols, really, because again, I've been playing hardcore. I haven't pushed past 300 corruption yet on my shitty characters. So what happens if you're doing Omen Spell, chaining Omen Spell non-stop at 1k corruption with the most meta build possible? Has anyone like looked at that and looked at the data?
I feel like it doesn't matter like what corruption you do or whatever. Just like almost everything in the game, like it's just like I've been doing a bunch of omens, and it's quite hard to get the idols for sure.
No, I don't know.
So yeah.
I mean, corruption does increase your chances. We've been seeing like these players that have been like pushing to like 50,000 corruption or whatever. If you play at 10,000 corruption, surely for some things it's gonna be worse for the things that you need to go fast, but for some other things it's gonna be good. So I think like currently there are certain things that you might want to do at super high corruptions if you want to be like the most efficient possible, but for the most part, for like 99% of the game, you want to be at a corruption where you can keep your speed for sure.
And not
Um,
die.
I mean, you probably get what I mean. Like, if you need to go 10k corruption to actually feel any difference, I mean, like it should be different the system in the game.
Yeah.
And not
I mean,
only
they are
that,
adding
the echo is hard.
corruption tiers in the expansion.
But the echo is very hard because I'm talking about chain farming Omen's Veil. You know, the one.
Yeah, the one with the three
exactly.
breaches or whatever. Yeah.
I've done that at 1k corruption on offline, just practicing my builds and shit and seeing what builds can do it and what builds can't do it, right? And when that explodes, the amount of shit on the floor is interesting, you know. So
you get a lot of loot from that. The Omen's Veil, you also get a bunch of stuff from the champion, like the chain Omen. That one also, it's also quite difficult. You want to have a good build, but you can get a bunch of idols and altars and stuff. But even if you like chain run those, it's still like you need to grind quite a bit to get the idol you want. I mean, if you want just put like one affix on the Omen idol, that's not too bad. But two affixes and perfect rolls and everything, it's
what Pina's saying, right? If you want to get the best in slot idols that we had access to last patch, this patch they're guaranteed, basically. Only the new stuff is not, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, same for the altars also. Like getting the altar with the right affixes, D7 on the right slot, and you know, it takes grind.
What do you guys think about the altars? Because you know, when they first got released and we looked at all the affixes and combinations possibles, it looked like, oh my god, I was super overwhelmed making the guides, and I was asking Bolka, hey Bolka, what the fuck do I do with my idols? And it turns out that now, like, okay, there's a lot of lines of text, but it feels like all you want is increased effect, Omen idols if you have them, and nothing else matters. No, and
almost every build is like
on
that,
every build,
and almost every build is pyramid altar also.
Yes.
So nothing really changed.
It seems like a lot of bloat for not too much variety to me now, personally.
Yeah.
There could be some, like they could easily improve the altars by giving them more of an identity. Because right now they're, like you said, they're fairly not a lot of choices as to which ones are the actual best ones. You know, I've used a few of them. Prophesized. I've used the one that gives armor a little bit, carnicized or something. But pyramid is like 99% of them, right?
Yeah.
It's just like you get the increased effect on all of your idols, but
it's also funny because pyramidal also gets the most. It even increases in value the more Omen idols you have, because it has very good shape to fit just 5 of them easily, right? But you gotta get it. so well, good luck.
Yeah. I mean, like chat is saying, like maybe they added too much too quickly, like going with like so many altar shapes and then also the affixes and everything. Maybe they should have first just add the shapes and I don't know, but it's I don't know. I feel like it doesn't really change anything to new altars. Or like, sure, you get more power, you get more like you need to re-optimize your build, but it's still you just have idols and I don't know.
It is a quite tedious slot to gear for and to loot though, no? Maybe it's because we're unfamiliar with them, but
I've been having a good time since I've filtered for them properly. You just find some good ones. Basically you're looking for increased effect most of the time on something. I don't know, I think it's fine. I personally think it's fine, but maybe
Eric, what were you gonna say? Like,
things like the first thing I did this season, I hit almost every single altar except the ones I'm gonna use. Like it's only like a few altars you all need to show anyways, the shapes. So I think that's kind of
pyramidal or nothing. The Volca filter, you know.
Yeah, I mean I am also playing COF, so it's like very like focused filter, but still like I'm none of my builds use those like other shapes, so why have them showing? Yeah.
I don't know, it's so dumb because sometimes like you have builds where you just want one particular idol and now you can have more of them, especially with the omens. So I don't know, it's just making builds that were relying a lot on idols just even better, and that's pretty much it.
I saw you play a bit with the damage per dash route with Umbral Blade stuff, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
you
if
talk
you
a
have
bit
main
about that?
idles for those, like it's
How much damage can
It's
you
so
get on
stupid.
those if you max rolled 5 of those?
I have no idea, but let me tell you, like just on a like regular build that I can rush in 8 hours, I can get like I can two-shot Uberoth basically
Yeah.
in 8
I mean,
hours.
Uberon has been killed by Potato in like how much time? Like 10 hours, I
10
think. Right?
hours? Yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he told
10,
me in
20.
practice like he got like 8.5 hours on his practice, so it's around that, right?
Potato lost time watching streams, you know, like
No, he actually lost internet. He lost power, I believe, for like half an hour and stuff. And his like download was like 30 minutes late, so he got a bit
potato
fucked.
internet, holy handicapped.
Potato internet. Yeah.
You killed Uber, right, Bolka, with your Riplot?
Yeah. It was maybe one of my easiest kills. I mean, it was like first try. I basically wanted to make a video, so I'm like, I could just go in and first try it, and it's like, okay, this is good enough for the video. It's just like, for sure, one of the easiest. I mean, it does help that I have perma cleanse on the boots, and I get stun immunity from the chest. I mean, but you only need one LB items, and then you corrupt it. So it's like crafting an item more than corrupting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice. Very easy kill. So.
Have you guys been
But
corrupting?
I wasn't the like first person in the world to do that though. I had I didn't have that much time to play, sadly, so I had to kind of like space it out between for the whole week the game time. But yeah.
Are you corrupting every item or no?
Of course. I mean, especially on that build, you kind of need to, you kind of want to. So except my belt, because my belt has crit avoidance and I have madness. So if I don't have crit avoidance, I take like triple damage. So
You're saying
my
that you're not
belt
gonna
I haven't
corrupt
corrupted yet. I'm still, it's still uncorrupted.
Did I tell you, Liz? I died yesterday on Lightning Blast.
Yeah, I saw you.
Did you know?
How many deaths, Bina, so far?
Was that my 4th death or 3rd?
Be
or
careful.
4th?
Chat skipping count. Be careful.
Nah, that's fine. So like the adrenaline rush on Uber was so good, and then I thought I had it. I teleported right in front of him, but then of course you go into softcore, no stress whatsoever, easy kill. Like 2-minute kill. It was just like easy peasy.
I see.
But in hardcore, it's different. Like the nerves, how you handle
bro.
it.
Yeah.
It's much different. It's much different for sure.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's also, I was talking with this with chat because Potato killed it on hardcore 2 with Shadowrend, and I've been saying this for a week. Like, whoever wants to kill it, just roll a Shadowrend, and that's it. Hardcore, softcore, it's free, right? But then it's like, I'm at this point in my life, I am looking for this sensation that you're describing, Bina, where like I think I can kill it. I don't know 100%. And it's gonna be a battle, and I want to feel my hands shaky, and I'm looking for that feeling. So if I fucking roll like a build that just one shots it, sure, but am I gonna feel anything? Like, I don't know, like I don't really care basically, especially not with official race or money on the line or anything, right?
Yeah, going in when it's still not totally free. It really gives you a big at least me gives me a big adrenaline rush, like the biggest adrenaline rush I've had in my adulthood, I guess.
Oh shit.
Like
Holy.
feels like it's a life or death situation, even though it's just a video game. It does feel like it's a life or
what
death
if you have
situation.
that like in real life? Like, are you just gonna like, I don't know, explode in real life, or if that happens, something like that? I don't know. you get like I don't know, somebody comes to your house and it's gonna
Venus kids,
like, rope
Venus
you or
kids
something.
are walking past him, hearing that how the most emotional thing he's ever had is the video game. That what?
It was good. It was good. No regrets. And like so Lightning Blast, for those who were wondering, got actually better from last patch with the same level of gear, like end game planner only. The build actually does more damage than last patch, even with the Abrot
With the
buffs to its
amulet, no?
HP. And
The amulet fixes crit.
yeah, the amulet, and my itemization might not have been optimal either. I need to double check the I need to test some other things as well, probably more spell damage, less cast speed would be better. But yeah, very very easy to gear and obtain, and super easy Uber Aberrot. Yeah, 100% would
Yeah,
recommend. Even better than
I
last match with the nerfs.
I saw your kill. It was like really fast and easy, and you almost did nothing. So it's like insane build actually, like even more so than before. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, and like last patch, I went in with almost double tier 7 everywhere. Whereas this patch, I went in with like 1 LP gear. You just slam any corruption, whatever you get. I actually did not have any significant corruption on any of my pieces, I think. Yeah, really good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Tarek, what have you been doing? You've been quiet. I want to know. You've been doing a lot of leveling. I know you made guides for every mastery, for Rogue and stuff. Tell us a bit about your patch, man.
I've been going over all the leveling guides we have on Maxwell. I haven't finished yet. I think Primalist is going to be a big chunk of my time. But I've also been doing some exploration for like the new Rogue stuff, in terms of like rushing Uberoth, that kind of stuff.
Ooh.
I think it might also be possible to do it in hardcore this time. I don't know. That might be too big of a gap to reach. We'll see, because you can die by so many bullshit in this game.
I feel like if you roll a Shadow Rend and you get lucky with the word on bullshit early, like it's GG. You know?
Yeah, straight up. If you get lucky early on, like you get exalted word, boom,
GG.
that's it.
GG.
GG, basically. Yeah. But yeah, it's like new Rogue Blade Dancer. You get nearly cap dodge, like half, like maybe 40% armor, and like 6k ward for like literally getting one exalted on your piece of gear, and then just spamming like Shadow Rend. You don't even need to craft much gear because you need like the new set. You don't even need to craft with the set affixes to get them at like tier 7. Just get the regular set item, slap them on, and then get like body armor. It's like so dumb. That's why I'm also like investigating about damage the recall. I think there are multiple versions that you can do.
Yeah.
We have we had the Falconer one. I still need to test that.
That's the one that Potato used in softcore.
Yeah. I don't know if it's. There might be. I'm thinking about doing that also with Shadowrun. I don't know if there is like, because you can get you can basically get the more damage multiplier from the what is it called, Falcon's Mark.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to test a lot of stuff on Falconer still. I think there are like still a lot of min-maxing to uncover and stuff, especially with all the new like ways to acquire the gear with the corruption as well. Like I've been also thinking about going with, Harmony of the what is it called, like the spear that you buy.
It got buffed too.
Yeah, because with corruption, I think I tested. I need to test it online, but I tested it offline. The corruption does not consider the item like other than the magic. Like it's still a magic item.
Yeah, it's still a magic item. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had this entire discussion.
Sealed as well.
We had this entire discussion because rarity is rarity. It's not based on the amount of affixes. A magic is like blue basically, but if you have seal, if you have corruption, it doesn't count. And I think that they like yeah, exactly. It's like fucked.
Because like corruption, primordial, and sealed are all considered sealed affixes, which are like different types, but they don't influence the actual rarity of the item.
Yeah, it's still a blue.
So you could have that's why during leveling you can have a sealed exalted affix, and it does not modify the level requirement.
But didn't they patch that from Harmony? Didn't they add a line of like sealed affixes?
Oh, maybe.
Blah, blah, blah? I think they did this because I got in a discussion with Mike actually.
Yeah,
I was like, this doesn't work, and then I was like, yeah, it works, and then I remember they like hotfixed it or something, but we can take a look later. I guess.
Really? Okay, I'll try to test it because
maybe
I'm daydreaming. Maybe I don't know. At least in offline, you could use those items and get the buff from Harmony. Like you can get like crazy amount of increased damage because you have this corrupted affix that you can get on Spear that gives you 2% increased damage per strength.
Yeah.
And this gets scaled with Harmony. Bro. It's like, what? And you have a skill that uses like strength scaling. Like it's, what the heck?
Giga damage. By the way,
Yeah,
talking
like-
about corrupted items being used and not counted for things, why the fuck do corrupted items count? If you have an item with 2 LP and then you hit a corruption on it, it counts as a 3 LP for Gauntlet of Strife rerolling, and you can actually use it. Like,
What?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but they said
maybe
it's
it's intended, maybe it's
No,
not.
Carve said
They-
it's intended, apparently, on
Yeah,
that
it's
side.
intended.
it's intended.
It's intended, yeah.
I
I
mean,
thought it was a
good,
bug. I
yeah.
thought they just forgot. Because
I mean, it's nice that you have a way to like use your, you know, your
Yeah.
bricked items basically.
yeah, it's
so.
good, but it's just so OP, you know? Like
Yeah, that's so OP, man.
yeah, like using
what
all your
the heck?
shitty 2 LPs with a shitty corruption just to re-roll like your 3 LPs or your 4 LPs. It's gonna be pretty. And at least it's
Bro.
nice if you actually do, you know, get a 4 LP Traitor's Tongue. You can actually use your shitty 3 LP ones to re-roll it until it's 2 decks or whatever. So I mean, that's
Yep.
gonna be nice.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine, to be
yeah.
honest. It still requires you to like have the gameplay loop of grabbing the lower LPs and then slamming them and then using Rune of Corruption, and it's not totally free, so it's I feel like it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just I don't know. I was kind of surprised. Like suddenly the fun allowed. Like what is this? Like fun allowed? Like in my game? I don't know. But you can't imprint fucking corrupted items. How many times have I crafted something corrupted and then oh fuck, I can't imprint it anymore? Fuck. That.
Yeah.
Such.
Any other builds that you have seen, Liz, that are out there that you are interested in?
Well, I took a look at with you actually. We took a look at Tornado Werber again with the and it kind of we
So-
stopped. Yeah.
I'm so surprised that people are still playing Tornado Werber, because especially with the Spirit Xylem staff, because it just has no more it has no damage. Like compared to like using like the only primordial that is like significant for damage on Tornado Werebear is the helmet that gives you frenzy and increased effective frenzy and all that stuff, right? And doubles your mana regen. So basically that gives you a lot of damage. But if you don't play with that, Tornado Werebear is just kind of worse than just human Tornado. Like,
yeah, but I think
why play Tornado Werebear?
the perception of people of that build comes from the XP rushing strategy with Arena, which is borderline, you know. I don't know if that should be in the game. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like on paper, the build. Aside from that, the build is kind of not great, right? Compared to the stuff we have, at least.
Yeah, I would
Wait,
100% just play human Tornado Dispatch instead of Werebear.
I think my cam froze, by the way. I don't know what happened, but
Your camera?
I can restart. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, now it's fine.
Okay. Maybe
But,
someone took a screenshot, you know, and now they have you on their fridge as a nice token for good luck.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, that was kind of a surprise, because I was wondering, I like looking at the ladders, you see all these Tornado Werebears with all Spirit Xylem, and I'm like, man, I've tested this last patch. It was terrible. And then it's still terrible. Why are they playing this?
I mean, the thing is, like, you can clear like corruption, like like just mobs with like 1
Shit
million
damage,
DPS
yeah.
at 1k corruption. So maybe it's just like clearing. You don't need that much damage. So
Another builds that I've been watching. I mean, I already planned before the patch hit to do a flame brief, because you guys know I used to be a flame brief enjoyer, right? I made the flame brief back in the day with the generator spender, and it looked good on paper. I just didn't have time with all the new rogue stuff, and I saw that people were actually playing it on the ladder, so I checked what they were doing a bit, and it looks like they were playing basically with mana strike with cooldown to get mana back. So basically, for the last 2 days, I've been making a setup that doesn't use generator at all, and it just spams. And today in offline with endgame gear, I killed Uber Abaroth and everything, and I'm playing it in hardcore too, and it's going really well actually. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a pretty solid 8 here actually. And the clear is it's a really fun build actually. I'm surprised how fun it is and how faster it is than Shadow Strike.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm surprised, and the leveling was crazy because now you can make Flame Brief like cost 10 mana super early, and you get a lot of mana regen with the new passive trees and stuff. And I was
How much damage do you think it has?
Well, I don't think Bina. I know.
Did you test? You tested? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were still in the early stages of.
No, but the endgame planner that I currently have, if you do exclamation flame in my chat, is 40 million DPS.
40 is really good.
Yeah,
really, really good.
there is problems though, because Throne of Ambition stacks in Uber Abaroth as melee, you know, that's a whole thing. Like, you know, frailty stacks, gotta get the lasers perfectly, la la la, right? Then you have the boots, Army of Skin boosting your DPS, obviously, because of high health. But I'm having a lot of fucking fun. It's for sure gonna end up being a guide, I think. I've been looking at bees, and so far the best setup I've seen by far is Zekar's. Like Zekar's setup, I think it's actually really smart, and I don't know, from all the ones, because I've seen a lot of people do it on Primalist and stuff, and I don't even know why they go Primalist. But the Necro setup that Zekar is doing with Chaos Bolt, inheriting the bleed chance into, you know, if you hit your own minions, you give them the bleed chance from the tree and stuff. It looks really good. It's a bit gimmicky with the Beyond Potion, but you know, it casts damage. I can tell you that much.
Does it have clear?
You
like
have 100 bees,
my problem
bro.
with bees is that I feel like the mapping is gonna be all like awful, or like any omen window is gonna be awful. And
I just don't do omens. Basically, it's a specialized build, bro. A bosser build, you know.
Just don't do the season mechanic, you know.
Yeah.
I've looked a little bit into fire crows as well. Looked sort of mid, but I haven't fully cooked it yet. I want to like cook something with meteor as well, but
I've been looking a lot at meteor. I've been looking a lot at meteor.
What about the black hole build, Pina? What about black hole though?
I don't know. Frozen Sentinel did play it, I think, but I think he's on vacation now again.
I think he abandoned it, no? Because I mean, it just needs a gear to work, basically.
I think it could potentially be like a super specialized like Uber Abaroth killer if you have. But I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I was waiting for him to like reveal the secret sauce, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I think people would like a meteor build if you can make a meteor build.
The thing is, like, I think the best setup for meteor takes a lot of gear, and I've seen some people showcase it in legacy and offline and stuff. But it's like, can we have that build when it needs, like, you know, it needs, you know, tier 7.
You need. Yeah.
I mean, we have some builds like that, like, you know, we have Mana Flay and
but the
stuff like
Mana
that.
Flay, you can't play it, you know, it's shit, but you can't play it. This one, I'm talking, it doesn't work. You can't sustain mana, like it's the mana focus bullshit, you know, mana guide stuff. And then I've seen some of them that just use generator spender. For example, I've seen one doing Uber Abaroth, but they're using Mana Strike, right? And sure, on Uber, where Uber is just standing still and you drop your meteors, and then when he's doing the channeling ability or whatever, when he's static, then you get your mana back. It looks really nice, but would you map with that? Like, I don't know.
I think Meteor would be freaking amazing on those Omen stuff if it had, you know, like, would it be nice to just have a build that just gets in there in the middle of everything, just meteors every fucking.
I tell you
that
what,
would be amazing. Yeah.
The buff to so more area instead of increased area is I wasn't expecting it to be so significant. It's the meteors cover the entire screen, bro. Yeah, I mean, potential. It has a lot of potential. It has a lot of potential.
So I do want to try something with it, but I haven't found a setup that I'm satisfied with. And now I want to test all the rogue builds. So I don't know. There's a lot to do in this patch. Actually, there's a lot, and I am still as hyped, if not more, than on the first day. So this is a good sign. It's a good patch.
I was also thinking of maybe using the blue feather ring, because I found the 2LP one, and I thought, maybe it's meteor time, you know. But
the thing is, blue feather band is good on, like, if you have some ways of generating a mana that is like flat mana generated.
Yeah.
Where I don't know, meteor will meteor costs like, I don't know, like 80 mana or something every cast, and like you scale cast speed and you're like, where's my mana?
I mean just get like 200 Mana regen, just get 200
Just get 2k
regen.
mana, fucking apathy conversion bullshit, and boom, like attunement stacking,
Boom.
like fucking.
You need apathy and peace and
You
everything to play
need
this build.
2k mana to play this build.
Yeah,
Hell.
exactly.
And
Just-
the other problem is also that actually I forgot my train of thought. But it has
classic.
many problems. Let's just put it that way.
Oh,
Yeah,
You mean your
You or
train of
Meteor?
thought has many problems, or
Bina lag,
I lagged.
Yeah.
By the way, Bina, I heard you're gonna change your name to Bina RIP.
Huh?
Bina RIP.
Why? How
I
come?
don't know. I heard it's a rumor.
Might have mentioned something about it, but I don't remember what I said. No, I do remember I said something about next season something changing my name, but that's not happening, right?
Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at Meteor. Maybe we can do some Meteor cooking. Sounds fun. It definitely has the
Yeah.
numbers too. But the mana will be making it smooth is the problem, right? Making it smooth.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
Glacier, maybe generator.
so many like mage stuff is always like, how the fuck do I solve the mana problem? Like,
Yeah, meanwhile, Shadow Rent, machine, like machine gun. Okay.
Yeah, that is good. Cooking a meteor for trade bros, like having some. If there is a reason to play a build with high investment, if there's like a significant reason, like high investment build that does 10 million DPS, there's no reason to play that, right? But if it does like something like I don't know, like it does 50 million plus, or like maybe.
I mean, that's why I was saying, like, kind of like Flame Analyst doesn't have like a starting planner. You can just make Meteor without starting planner and just have like, end game and aspirational, and that's it, boom. And then just have, you need this and this and this, and
Yeah, the problem is right now I haven't even found a good setup that
yeah. But
I'm
if
satisfied
there
with.
is something like
even
that,
in those situations,
yeah.
it's kind of like some of the builds I look at to play, for example, during speedruns, where I wouldn't recommend those builds for anyone to play. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, why the fuck would you play a build where you have to remember how to combo exactly your build in like a specific way, and if you miss,
Yeah.
you have like 80% less damage? Like, what? No.
When you
Don't play
remember the acolyte leveling, use bonkers and spec into the like fuck. Oh my god. Yeah, just be 20% slower. You'll have more fun.
Yeah.
Talking about build guides, I think it's also very interesting. We've been thinking about especially for next season, adding some sort of distinction to builds to really inform the people going through the tier list to choose their starter. Have some sort of indication, like an asterisk or something, that actually says, "Hey, this is a league starter build," because it is quite interesting how some builds really start performing later than others, I would say. I don't know if you guys want to have a bit of a comment on this.
Yeah, it actually feels like quite many of the builds we have, and like good builds, they're actually like quite gear dependent. Like they actually need many things to get going, and not all of them. But
and those are not hard to get, but you need them, right?
Yeah, you need certain items, you need certain like stats and stuff. And previously in the game, we like at some point the game is kind of like you don't need any gear, and you just like go in naked. But nowadays you do want gear, so we're hoping to make something like like this build is like season starter viable, or like amazing for season start, and some build this is like gear dependent. Like have it on the tier list, maybe some kind of a asterisk or something. So.
Yeah.
Also, like the game is changing, right? The game has gotten much harder actually with every patch. The cemeteries, there are some of those monsters and dots in the cemeteries are really rippy, like the lightning and necrotic dots. I've died to that this season. The beasts are really rippy as well. They can be super juiced up. The omen echoes seem to be pretty rippy. I haven't done that many of them this patch, but I've done a few like tier 3, and the last one of the Echo chain, it's pretty dense. And then there's the new Omen, the new Woven Echo as well for the Omens, that is very dense as well. The game has gotten harder for sure,
bro.
and
the first day when I was playing fucking Judgment Aura. I was level 95 in 10 hours, and I had like tier 7s everywhere. Like, you can't be more meta, you can't be more efficient. And I got hit by a mob did 8k damage to me in 1 second in like Broken Bridge, and I died. So I was doing these omens, and I was thinking, bro, if you are Timmy69 and you roll a Zoo Beastmaster build and you click Corruption 100 and you open an Omen, what the fuck do you do? like what does Timmy69 do with his fucking Zoo build? Like, serious question.
Yeah.
Like,
looks up a Maxor build or something.
I mean,
I don't know.
I honestly think the game is to a point where, like, if you actually want to progress at a human pace and it's not taking you 20 hours to get to empowered, I mean, you kind of have to, like, I feel like build guides are more important now than ever. I feel like even people starting S tier builds are struggling. I feel, based on chat and based on comments that I see. Like, I don't know if I would, I always recommend playing your first playthrough blind for the experience of just learning on your own pace.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you actually want to experience the end game, bro, like, I mean, if you're coming to this game first time and you want to experience the end game, if you go blind, I think you're 2k deaths by day one. Like, no?
Yeah. I do feel like people had this idea that, like, in LE, you can play whatever you want, and I mean that was true maybe back in the days. And you don't need guides, you don't need good builds. You can play any builds when you spawn in. But I mean, it's not like that anymore. It's more like in in PoE, you're not gonna start with an armor stack or like a tornado shot something, and like you're gonna play something else first, and like a season starts, and you're gonna gear up the other character, and then you go in and play that. Like, the game has changed quite a bit in that regard.
Yeah.
Bro, I wanted to make a video about this to give feedback to the dev, because I feel like the path they are taking to balancing is like kind of like what they have like in PoE, where you have monster that literally one-shot you, never mind like your defenses. Like, even if you play a S tier build, you're gonna get like straight one-shot, and you have to ignore the mechanic for like a long time until you can do it in like the proper difficulty. It's super crazy. Like, even with builds that have super high damage, the mobs can have like 10 times the HP of like other mobs. Like, there's like this Tyrex mob from like last season that I got as an objective at the end of an echo.
Yeah.
He was tankier than the timeline boss.
Yeah.
And he didn't have any mods. Like, what?
It definitely feels very arch nemesis-y, the game right now, because you do your timeline boss, and the timeline boss is like a training dummy, and then you're on your map randomly, and you find a possessed Weaver mob with like a fucking Omen buff or whatever, and the guy is doing more damage than Aberoth, and you're level 100, and like, what the? I feel like they need to turn down the mods themselves, like the modifiers. A modifier shouldn't make a monster do 4 times the damage. A combination of 2 modifiers. I think that they need to make them more like make them be behavior. More projectiles, more speed, more this, more that. But this, like, you get a monster that gets increased damage with enrage, with gets more damage as the combat goes on, or gets powerful as and that monster is suddenly doing 6 times the damage, and you're like, what? Like, what? Like, you should. Yeah. And the thing I dislike the most actually is the Weaver mods, because they don't have animations, right? It's just like an aura that enemies have, where it's just raining projectiles and meteors and whatever the fuck. But the monster is still doing his normal abilities, so there's no visual cue, there's no nothing. It's just an aura that happens, and it's the responsiveness of like, oh, I see something coming and juking, that core principle of, oh, I see thing and I juke thing. It's so important for the combat to feel snappy and to feel reactive. Like, it does feel that because there's so much fucking shit going on, you need a build that just ignores mechanics. Like in PoE 1, if you actually try to juke projectiles while mapping in PoE 1, you don't do that. You just play a build that blows 2 screens away, so there's nothing to juke. And we're going in that direction with the design.
And actually, now that you said that, like, I actually feel like the game now is very similar to PoE 1, where you basically just like you evade, attack, you evade, attack.
Yeah.
If you have a build that not like Warpath, but like a normal build, and it's like you're just like hoping to kill the enemies before they kill you, and you don't know what they're doing. You have no fucking idea, but you're gonna kill them fast.
Yeah,
and,
just
like,
explode the
this is, of
screen and
course-
boom. Explode the screen and boom, and go fast.
At the same time, I kind of like it, but
It's fun,
it's
yeah,
also
yeah,
not. It's also not really like it doesn't make sense, right? But
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's two faces to this coin. It's like there's a lot of fun in doing this, and like most ARPGs actually do it like this, where it's mainly you go fast and you kill tons of monsters, and like you're just hack and slashing through, and you're having a ton of fun. But there's also this other side of the coin, which is you kind of want to have meaningful combat. I tend to prefer the faster style, sort of like how PoE2 really initially, at least like at first, when your build is not like fully optimized for the end game and like fully juiced up, but like you are incentivized to like use combo skills, and then you are more like rooted to the ground a little bit more, and you have like attack animation and all these things. LE is very smooth, and like everything is like super responsive. It can kind of remove a little bit to the combat feel and like the weight of the combat, but it's I don't know. I kind of tend to prefer this sort of combat instead of.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you,
two-
Bina. All I'm saying is that a rare monster at 300 corruption shouldn't do more damage than the timeline boss or the harbinger at 300 corruption.
Oh yeah, that
basically,
that
So
part I completely
take a
agree
look
with
at
you.
the depths, bro. Like either buff the bosses or like bro, why is a white mob
It's also-
killing
Bro,
me?
it's also the health. Don't just look at the damage. You have to look at both, because both are like completely out of the wazoo. Like.
And Terek, you mentioned at the health, and that's very important, but this goes back to leveling. If you play a leveling setup that has a shit ton of damage, health is not a problem because you're overkilling enemies by 5. But if you divert from the established path of leveling, you're fucked.
Exactly.
Bro, I leveled my Warpath with Warpath, okay? I leveled my Warpath
God.
with Warpath just for content. My Judgment Aura on Fresh Start Hardcore unlocked empowered monoliths, fresh, right? Race, adrenaline, boom, boom, in 4 hours. 4 hours. My Warpath with Twin Gear did it in 8 in Hardcore SSF. Okay? Same class, I just picked a different ability, Same player, though.
Yeah.
And if I'm taking 8, what does Timmy 69 do? So yeah, I mean, making the stats and the classic 10% more damage every patch, it also makes, for example, Uber Aberoth now. Well, 10% damage on a normal mob on the campaign is not that much, but 10% damage on a monster that hits for 20k, suddenly it's killing you for 22k, right? And suddenly the builds that could barely tank the slam can't tank it anymore. And the bar of what is considered like a top performer, like the builds that are just like that you would recommend, it goes. I feel like it's lower and lower every patch, even though there's more builds that you can play. Like playing a build on S tier, it's like a different game, bro. It's you're cheating.
Yeah, I bet they don't have like a value that they incrementally like increase. It's like a multiplier every time, like right.
Yeah.
So they multiply by 10% like every patch. It's not like okay, the 10% from last patch becomes like 20% now. No, it's like it becomes 21%.
I see. They have the power creep modifier, and it just gets bigger.
Yeah, it's like
you might be right.
They are multiplying.
Yeah, you might be right because it definitely didn't feel at base 100 corruption. It definitely didn't feel like just the 10% more damage. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Also, the new mobs. Can we talk about the new mobs? This fucking jumping pot bullshit. The first time I face it, like, this fucking pot is nuking my screen like it's Call of Duty 2 again. Like, what is
nuke
happening?
on my screen.
Like, fucking has a kill streak and drops the nuke on the map, Nuke Town. Like, what is happening?
Bro, it's a fucking missile predator. Like,
what the fuck, man?
And you have like 20 of them, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, exactly. And
as much as I'm kind of scared of those monsters, I kind of like it because they have a very strong identity, right?
Yeah.
Like you instantly recognize that. Oh, there's a pot over there. I have to be careful.
Well,
he's
now
gonna
it's not a
pop
problem
screen
because
me and
you
jump at
play
me
an
from
S
2
tier
screens
build
away. Well,
and you kill them when they're spawning. So I haven't seen one jump in the last 2 days. So it's
you can
not a
actually kill
problem.
them midair. It's pretty.
Yeah,
It's pretty
exactly.
nice. But I personally like it that they're introducing monsters that have like a
Personality.
very very strong identity like this, and you can recognize very quickly.
Okay, can we talk about the monster on release? I think they fixed it now. That has guaranteed freeze. Did you see that?
Well, yeah, they actually did fix that. Yeah,
They did
that
fix
is
it,
true.
but holy fuck, man!
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that was like a bit of a troll from the devs, you know.
yeah.
Just like,
They said it wasn't intended, but
Or
yeah.
or the poison that ignored all of your
All
poison res.
resistances. I lasted 8 seconds or whatever the fuck, man. Holy.
Yeah.
The slugs, no,
Uh,
from the omens, the poison slugs. Holy man.
you know,
I've seen some ignites from the omens that seem to be doing way too much damage.
Yeah, the ones that he leaves on the floor, no? The ones from the trap he
No,
plays.
it's like
you guys need to get cleanse on the boots, you know. Boom, easy.
Corruption, boom,
Ye-
you know.
So
Cleanse
solves
and
everything, you
evade.
know.
Is it
I mean,
cleanse
every
and
boot
evade?
1 LP corrupted for cleanse, and it's actually not like a rare affix at all. So
Is it on
Corrupts
evade?
everything.
Bolka, the cleanse?
yeah, on evade.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
So
that's nice.
I'm also
Yeah.
kind of on some builds. I'm like removing like a crap ring or like flames of midnight because you want to have like a nice normal evade that's like smooth, and you want to evade all the time. So
Yeah, for the
yeah.
perma cleanse, you know.
Yeah, perma cleanse. Yeah.
You were saying, Bina?
Yeah, I was saying I analyzed my some footage that I had because I was playing my Lightning Blast Rune Master with like maybe I had like 6k ward at that point. I was just in 100 corruption, right? So basically start of empowered, and I do this omen window, and I get hit by like I had maybe like I think I had 3 or 4 ignite stacks on me, and it ate through all of my ward almost instantly. I had to TP out, and I was like, okay, what the heck just happened here?
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems to be bugged. And I saw Anna mention on the Reddit post someone else who had like a similar problem, and they're going to look into it. So I think there might still be some bugged damage instances in Omen Windows specifically.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I have noticed the one that I'm scared the most is always the fire one. So it might be what your Sekar says is the Flaming
exactly.
Skull Pyromancers.
Yes, exactly. Flaming Skull Pyros. Yes. Those, they probably ignore all your res too. I don't know.
Hey, the Penetrator, you know? It's a new modifier, you know?
Ignores all res. Dude, that would be a pretty good mod though, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty good mod.
People love
next
that
thing we
one
add
in
is
PoE.
reflect,
You know?
reflect to enemies. You know, next thing.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
reflect maybe. Yeah, enemies reflect damage. We should add that to the game, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell! It's
But dude, like those man, the echo like chains, you know, the last of the echo chain when you get to monolith.
yeah,
Those are like literally impossible.
yeah.
Like on my build when I'm like doing like giga damage, even me, I'm like giga struggling. I'm like, what the heck is this? Like the balance of it, like it scales way too high. Like
But
that's what you were saying about empowered. But even in like non-empowered, I was like, huh? What am I supposed to do this?
It's also interesting because I don't know if you saw, but they did a survey. EHG did a survey yesterday about give us feedback about damage over time, and I think a lot of people, the damage over time that is killing them is the bugged damage over time. I actually think damage over time in general, I think it should be dangerous, right? It should be dangerous, and I feel like a lot of the time when there's a damage over time that is like killing players left and right, 100% of the time it's just a bug, right? So I feel like I really hope EAG investigates what is bugged and what is not before they just do a blamed pass on just make damage over time not scary at all. Because
yeah,
I don't know. Because if it's because of a bug of the poison slugs, how many people complained about poison slugs? Well, turns out, they ignored all your resistances. Hee. Oops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very scary, very scary. Okay, we haven't talked about the new boss, brothers. What about the new boss, the Omen boss?
Oh yeah, that.
I actually
I-
haven't even went in
Same.
yet.
I haven't done it yet. I mean, it's
Same.
probably gonna be one shot anyways, but yeah.
Yeah,
I went in Uber Abroad before going into this one.
Yeah, same.
For
Well,
some reason.
It's a funny thing because in order to get that boss, you have to do the 3 Omen bullshit, that echo. And I don't know, from my testing, right? The Omen echo to get the boss is 20 times harder than the boss.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
So-
surprised. Yeah, and you need to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
all
yeah.
of the omens at once. So it's like 3 omens at once to get the drop. So
Like I tested on offline with my Blade Dancer. On my Blade Dancer, the new boss doesn't get. I don't know what abilities it does because it doesn't like you. You know, you do cascade, you kill the Omen. You do a cascade, you kill his bar. You get a cascade, you kill the Omen, and he's dead, right? And the fucking 3 like the Omen's Veil Woman Echo. It's like holy fuck! You feel like Neo in the Matrix, like being completely surrounded in the end of the Lord of the Rings. You know, the doors of Mordor. Like fucking hell. It's epic as
but
and
it's
to
fun
be
though.
honest,
It's fun though. It's also like good
Yeah.
drops and everything. It's fun to do.
and somehow it has frames. Like, huh? Like, who is there? How did they manage to
Maybe
make this
because
work?
it's like a small area, so maybe that's why it's it's just
Yeah,
like
I
an
don't know.
arena. So
Yeah. So nobody has done the boss, huh?
not yet. I
So
mean,
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
done
go
it.
one shot tomorrow, I guess.
Shut it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Give
that's
it
the
time.
thing. I've heard that it's very forgiving for range, like kind of free, and still a little bit harder on melee. But I think a lot of the good builds are just gonna ignore kind of everything and just one shot it.
I mean, maybe they
Yeah.
should adjust the difficulty a bit now that it has been released, and to keep the Omen's Veil how it is, because I think people are enjoying that it's challenging. I've seen a lot of people
Yeah.
coming to my chat typing, "Oh, I beat Omen's Veil with my build," and they seem to be. It seems to. People seem to be proud of achieving that, which I think that's cool. So
Yeah.
maybe adjust the boss accordingly. So it feels like a step up from Omen's Veil and not a downgrade, no? To keep the epicness.
Yeah. I mean, also like the drops for the boss are kind of like
Very
if you don't
niche.
need the amulet, it
Yeah.
doesn't give you anything if you don't need the amulet, basically.
Dude, what if it always dropped Omen idols?
Ooh, would be a good idea actually.
You know, the Omen Lord, maybe? Who should drop some Omen
Omen
idols?
Lord.
Maybe.
Omen Lord,
Maybe the
yeah.
Omen Lord should drop some Omen shit, you know? Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Some altars and some omens.
Just some ideas, you know, throw it. Just an idea.
Frogs killed it in 20 seconds.
Exulis is 10% chance too. Holy.
Holy.
So you're
I'd
gonna do
rather
how
use
many
my,
Omen
normal
Veils?
amulet.
How many Omen Veils you have to do? Like fucking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you want to make money and trade, because the trade frogs love that item. Like every time I look at the ladder, they're wearing this item because they're playing Ballista
true.
for the all attributes. It's so powerful on attribute stackers. Make money with that, no? I guess. The Pinnacle drops 5 plus Omen idols per kill. Oh, sheesh. Hey, new tech.
So it does drop omens. That's good.
Yeah,
Then.
new tech, guys. New tech.
Yeah.
Time to do
I
it,
kind of feel
guys.
like nobody's even talking about the boss. Like the boss is just it's in the game, but nobody really. I don't know. It's not like Uber Aberrod, of course. It's not like super hype, but I mean, it's in the game. It's cool. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we get so much power. Also, like, does that scale with the amount of corruption, like the difficulty, or
No, it's static.
No, it's static.
So yeah, it's
well,
kind
that's
of
the
like
thing. That's probably the reason, right? The problem is like the boss doesn't scale with corruption, but Omen Bale does. So most people are doing Omen's Bale
nice, yeah.
at 400 corruption because they want to get to the boss, and then the boss is static. So there's probably some wonky scaling problems going on.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, yeah, maybe. I like that we actually have something like kind of challenging for mobbing, and it's not only just Uber Aberrod. You can do the Omen's Fail, you can do the champions, Omen champions chain.
Yeah,
thing.
and
Like it's kind of nice to have something else.
I could definitely see going in the direction that Bina was pointing out, like specialized builds, especially for trade. Like, hey, nobody likes doing this Omen build because people are playing CHP Ballista, Hey, you know what? I'm a roll a tank, I'm gonna go into Omen's build, I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna kill everything, I'm gonna farm the amulet, and I'm gonna sell it to the Ballista guys who can't do the, So there's for sure gonna be some going in the PoE direction for sure. The more content we add, the more you can specialize. I was talking this about Weaver 3 also. Like before, like when the Weaver 3 got released, and what are you gonna spec? Well, you're gonna spec fucking everything because you're doing everything. But let's just fast forward 2 seasons from now, and they added like whatever is coming next season. What is it called? I don't know what it's called.
The Morditas thing.
Morditas, whatever the fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get whatever the expansion brings, and suddenly they're gonna keep adding things on the Weaver tree. You're gonna run out of points, so you're probably gonna have a specialized Weaver tree, no? Or like maybe you have a build that does, I don't know, arenas, omens, and like anything density basically, right? And then you have another guy who's doing exalt mages, nemesis, and beast, right? And all you do is you do those big chunk guys. It'd be pretty interesting, I think. That would be pretty cool.
I think they should double down on the amount of specialization you can do though on these mechanics. Like they have room to let us invest more points.
Yeah, people want to be able to specialize. Like 30% more chance to do beast doesn't feel like. Imagine if like whenever you would get a nemesis, it's now a beast, like some sort of like replace mechanic, like they do in PoE1 with the Atlas, where you can. People would love that shit, I feel, no?
I mean, I guess each mechanic should have its... like each mechanic should have its like own tree. Like this is like a beast tree inside the Weaver tree, and you have the Omen tree, and like it's like it's way more than just a couple of nodes.
Yeah, but imagine, right? You're playing a build, and you don't plan to get a Exalt Mage item or whatever.
Yeah.
And you already have your Rune Prison imprint, so you don't care, right? You know what? I'm gonna... your nemesis are replaced by beast. They can still drop a Rune Prison Complex. That's a node in the tree. Holy, no? Log in. Log in. Holy.
Yeah, they just have to be original. Like EAG has always been really, really good at implementing ideas that are not in other games and are very original. They've been really good with the COF and MG system. They've been really good, like so many different ways. Like the legendary system, the Eternity Cache with Julra. Like they are very good at innovating on some systems and have great ideas. They need to do the same for the Weaver tree and like all of these specialized I guess part of content that you can do, right? Like we have a few now. We have the Omen, we have Nemesis, we have Exalt Mages, we have all XYZ, and eventually we get even more. They just need to do a not a revamp, but like just put more depth into how much you can actually optimize these strategies and like give us more choices. And I hate to say this, but we need more friction. We need more of, I can do this, but if I do this, I cannot do this other thing.
Literally,
right?
50% more beast, 50% less nemesis. Pick, boom. Like
something. Well, I mean, more original than that, but yeah, something.
Yeah, but people like those things, no? Like people like I'm gonna specialize. This is what I'm gonna do, Yeah. And actually, Bina, going back to your point, like to be honest, I feel like the main reason we're still here after all the controversies, after all the fucking shit decisions, and after all the bad stuff outside of the game or even in the game, like bugs, performance. I mean, if you played this game for a long time, you've been through a ride. I think a lot of the reasons why we're still here is because of what you're mentioning, Bina, because they're actually pretty good at that, and that makes you complete copium, like, because they actually have good ideas that just like kind of make you want to believe, and complete copium addicts.
No, you often hear the bad stuff, like when something is going wrong, people talk about it a lot, but like EAG does a lot of good things. Like it's a lot of good things. It's a really good game. Or we wouldn't be here if not. We wouldn't be here for sure. But you always hear a little bit more about the bad stuff.
I mean, that's how it always is. Goes with everything. Goes with build guides, whatever games. It's always like that.
Yeah.
You always hear the negative stuff. Speaking of like good things, when are we moving the LP crafting outside of the dungeon? Like just put it in the town or something. Like I'm like every day I'm just like going to the Chulra, killing it, and
What
just
dungeon?
like crafting so many
Oh,
LP
the
items.
key thing? The
the
slot
sanctum,
machine?
sanctum.
You put a key and you
the
get a
slot
ticket? I see.
Yeah, like just remove the whole sanctum, at least for LP crafting. Like why is it in the dungeon? Holy.
Yeah, the extra portal is really engaging. The 3 portals to get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
Like portal to the dungeon,
and
portal
killing
to the...
killing children in like a couple of seconds. It's like really like wow, like challenging. Like
Yeah.
holy, I killed this guy and now I can craft my LP item.
Poor
maybe get
Julra
an
has-
unlock where it's like after a certain point in your progression, you just get it in town.
Yeah. Like,
You still
especially
have
now with the
to-
corruptions, like you're crafting so much and you're like slamming
Yeah.
items. It needs to change.
There should still be a cost, right? But
Yeah,
like-
of course, yeah.
it's just like loading screen simulator.
Yeah.
Julra's like, and he's dead. Oh,
It's
What is
funny
the
thing.
meaning
Like
of this?
nowadays we can even tank the bomb, the
explosion,
void bomb.
yeah.
Like on my repload, I'm just tanking it. I mean, if it doesn't die before it's
Yeah,
kind of crazy the power creep since 4 years ago or whatever.
Julra still scares me in hardcore. The first kill of the
I'm
patch.
sure, yeah.
It's always like,
Sure.
oh man, is it good? Yeah. I mean, some of us have even died to it, right?
I died to it with my twink leveling setup by
Oh,
I was
no.
doing the dungeon skips and everything.
Okay, Mina, why are you going in
I
at level
wasn't
25?
fully
Level 25, Julra, is that the play?
yeah, something like that.
I see.
Oh my god.
I heard you lost all your twin gear, your damage over time fire starter gear.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like 1 LP bullshit gear.
Okay.
I have another one.
Yeah. Yeah, but that type of leveling gear is just like for clearing. For bossing, it's not that great, right?
Nope.
Yeah, well, I have like I did not have a lot of ignite chance, so typically I go for ignite chance on amulet and the fire starter torch, but I did not have that. So it was like ZDPS, but with ignite, it's not terrible. And then at level 35, you kind of switch to reflect. So
How is Reflect,
Yeah.
by the way? Did you...
oh, reflect is great. It feels like a build now. It doesn't feel like it's
Like a cheat code?
A cheat code, yes. Like you actually see monsters, you get to interact with monsters. If you have it, like it can get still again really really tanky. It lost some damage for sure, but it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. I think hardcore ladder right now is rank 1 is Rhodey on reflect, right? Yeah, 1200 corruption.
Rhodey, after dying 3 days, 3 times on day 1 on the fucking shaman, like doing a bit of a Bina impersonation, he was like, I'm done with this, going reflect now. Like, Rhodey had a bit of a rough day 1, sadly. By the way, shout out to Screws, who won the race with after I died with Judgment Aura. W build, W player.
GG.
GG's. GG's to
GG, yeah.
Screws. GG.
Yeah.
GG's.
Nice.
Shout out. Lizard viewer, by the way. Maxwell enjoyer, Okay, important question, guys. Is Maxwell bad?
What the fuck?
Very bad, yeah, very bad. It just happens to be like for some reason, like most of the ladder is using macro build, but it has to be just because it's like RNG, like people just accidentally pick.
Is it because of
exact
the
items we have on
ghost
the guide.
riders, maybe?
Yeah, maybe, yeah, Ghost Riders, yeah, classic.
I see. Then that's why we didn't sleep for fucking a week,
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
That's why Volka hasn't seen the sun in 2 weeks,
Yeah, I saw the sun today for the first time, since whenever patch notes happened. So.
Out of your prison.
I'm out of the basement, like officially now, I guess. So
Yeah. Fucking hell.
yeah.
People were talking. I was watching the Rax video. Thoughts on echo chains in general?
I think it's.
I can talk.
think
I can talk about progression, and then you can talk about endgame. Because
Yeah.
for me, progression-wise, is super annoying. Like
Yeah, you ignore them,
because
no?
of the balance.
Yeah.
Like it's like you cannot do them like early on, and you have to get to a certain point. And so like the first few timelines that you do, you straight up ignore them, and they are like even like some sort of annoyance because they spawn so often. So I guess once they rebalance them, if they do, like they would be enjoyable. But right now they're a pain in the ass. At least for
Yeah,
me.
So
I
so
completely
why are you
ignore
not
them.
doing them early?
Because you're too weak
Because
and they're
they're way
dangerous.
overtuned.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy.
for sure.
But it's too
Yeah.
difficult. Is that what you mean? Yeah.
It slows you
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
You just want to get to empowered early. Like, why would you do
Yeah.
something you don't need that is harder? And again, for example, the omens, they have the same thing. I think I don't know exactly how it works, so I don't want to spread misinformation. But I think they have the thing that beacons have, or like the first few waves give you XP, and after that they don't. Like the
Yeah.
mobs that appear. So you're there locked in for like a minute doing the fucking omen thingy, or 40 seconds, whatever it lasts, and you're not getting XP. You could be juicing. You could be juicing, and you're killing monsters that could kill you. They're dangerous as fuck, and they don't give XP. And like hell no.
Yeah. Why am I doing this? Why am I thinking?
I mean,
This is...
I feel like maybe in terms of a race situation, but I feel like if you are just playing, like casually playing, it's kind of nice because if you know that you will need like this certain primordial unique to enable your build or something, or you get the Rift Beast, the Rift Beast chains, and then those drop a lot of Rift Beast materials and bones, and you can like decide, okay, do I go into this chain or do I continue my way into the just further on the echo web.
Yeah,
I
because
feel like I feel like it gives a lot of choice without really like removing anything, or do
no,
you
I
feel
mean,
like
it
it's,
removes
it's nice
choice
to have the
early?
choice. I'm just like, for example, but I guess I need to have answers because okay, you kill the monsters on the bale, right? Then it drops the orbs. Do we know if those orbs do they scale with the amount of monsters slain? Like the more you kill, the more XP you get. Is there a strategy that I could do, or is it a flat amount you get no matter what? Like if I just run around, not like I don't know. I need answers, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I could be getting full XP doing an arena early game, right? Where I kill a worm and it gives me like fucking half a level. So,
Yeah. Also keep in mind that the echo chain, like because there are echo chain by nature, like it won't like spawn echo around it where you can connect to it. So for me, that's why I said like it removes choices early on because it's like fuck, there is like a beast echo chain that spawn. I don't care about beast echo chain.
yeah.
Same for like omens one. I'm like, why would I want to do this? So it's like, okay, I guess this part of the timeline web is done. I have to go somewhere else.
It definitely feels like they're preparing the game to also be less. So you can play the game in a
console
way,
friendly.
yeah, where you don't interact with the menus. So it's console friendly. Because if you're a console gamer, you just click the node that makes everything a chain, right? The node in you can turn everything into a chain, and that way all you do is you're in the console, you run to the portal next, you run to the portal next. You don't check mods, you don't check rewards, you just do whatever it's next. But again, if I'm playing hardcore, yeah, I don't want to get that deadly enrage increased damage in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Also, like the stability echo chain seems to be pretty rare. I've been getting like so many
Yeah,
other
by the
types.
time you get it, you don't care, right? Because you're already
Yeah. I got it once where it mattered before
leveling?
like empowered.
Yeah.
I'm specifically talking about like before empowered, right?
Yeah.
This is very specific like balancing. Because some people are gonna get there at like very low levels, some are gonna be like way over.
But that's when you want it, right? That's when you want it. It's when stability matters the most.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm gonna wait and see how it's gonna get balanced, but right now it does not feel like insanely good to play it at this low level. At least for me.
Yeah, I think I was also skipping like all the new mechanics like in the early game. So yeah, pretty much because it's like why waste your time with like tanky enemies and stuff like that when you're like weak.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I also like people were
I think
reporting getting crazy items in the campaign, which I don't
Yeah, that's true.
know.
That's
I
true.
don't know if I'm a super super fan of that. Like, you know, you are in level 1, you do an omen or whatever, or level 5, whatever you are when they first spawn. You drop you
10.
kill your first omen and you get a weapon that has tier 7 corruption. Like
Yeah, and they are not equal because I've been looking deeply into this. And
Deeply.
certain
Oh.
weapon types, you have like way less chances of actually hitting something that is really good for you. But it's you have the potential of like getting a weapon that you don't change until empowered. Like,
Yeah, literally.
I got a
I did
weapon
that,
like it's like a mace that had like sealed tier 5 flat melee physical damage and tier 7 like corrupted with melee as well. Like it was what am I watching? Like this weapon drop at level 20 is better than any weapon I'm gonna drop until like level 70. Like.
And I guess that's the only thing that I kind of like have against it, because sure, you know, it's cool that it's the season mechanic and it's powerful and all that. Like that's great. But I mean, if I'm a new player and I get a weapon at level 20 that is better than anything I will get till 60, you know. I mean,
it kind of removes the fun of getting the item because you're not looking forward to regular items. You're just looking forward to corrupted ones.
Exactly. Just I don't know.
Bro, I was actually thinking about farming in campaign the omens. I don't know if there is a strat to do that. Like before going into monolith, if I didn't get a weapon, basically the strat is use like all the corruption, like all the runes of corruption on weapons. Those are like the best stats that you can get for your like runes of corruption. You can also gamble them on like amulet once you have like a good weapon, because you can get like +1 implicit or +1 like corrupted affix to all skills. But it's like the amount of power that you can get out of the time that you spend doing the mechanic is like what?
Have you guys used any corrupted item past your endgame gear though? Like, because it also feels like you're dropping so many of these corrupted items, and
do you even endgame? I basically removed all the corrupted items. Basically, they exalted from the filters as well.
Yeah.
At first, I was showing like double exalteds, but now I will. It's just hidden basically.
Yeah, you just want to slam, and you can't slam with those. So like.
Yeah.
The only reason you would want to use one is if your end game build uses an exalted for some reason, and then you miraculously find a technically possible corrupted item of the proper base that you want, with the proper stats, with the insane shit. Then okay, it's you can have a strict rule for that, which is covered. But I feel like endgame corrupted, whether it is legendary items like uniques and stuff, or exalteds, are they're just like extra loot that drops for no reason because you won't ever use them.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, you do pick up the legendary uniques that drop corrupted. Just maybe reroll your gear. Maybe you know.
I wonder if they have plans in the future, because to me it doesn't really make sense that they keep them at this amount even in the end game. Because you would have, I mean, probably what they should do in the current state is like, hey, the more corruption you have, or the higher the tier the omen is, the least corrupted item it drops, and the more omen idols it drops. Like you'd reverse the curve, right? So you stop dropping exalted and you start dropping idols. I think something like that would be cool. But I wonder if they're planning some sort of tainted, exalted, or kind of like in PoE, where like I wonder if they have plans in the future of, oh no, whereas you're dropping all of these items because eventually, in the super end game, you might be able to get this super rare currency or something that, I don't know. But I'd rather just see more idols, honestly, than all this corrupted bullshit that I will never pick up.
I mean, it's also the fact that you cannot craft idols, right?
Or slam. Or
always comes down to this.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about being able to drop, not drop, but like corrupting, being even while leveling, able to get like tier 7s and everything? And they changed some of that with Nemesis, I think, where you can't get any, I think it's exalted items with
no, I think you still can get the lines were specifically about like legendaries.
Yeah.
Okay, so legendaries you can't get with like higher tiers anymore if you put in your uniques. But what about the exalted items that you get? What about your corrupted items that you get? Like,
Uh,
what do you guys think makes the most sense here? Keeping those like available early on in the game, or just keeping it like this?
pff,
I
if,
think T7s early on is kind of weird. Like
yeah,
you're
I
supposed to
think
get that like high
it should
difficulty.
scale with area level or
Yeah.
with something
Yeah.
like that.
Maybe unlock them with area level, yeah.
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 Like
I mean,
you
just
cannot
like
get,
most things in the game.
Or
you know,
maybe
like,
what if the corruption runes, for example, they were tied to the highest tier of omen you have defeated. You know, so if you defeat a tier 1, you can get up to tier 5. If you defeat a tier 2, you can get up to tier 6. And if you defeat a tier 3, you can get up to tier 7 or something. They could tie it up, because I kind of hate in LE. You guys know this. I'm not gonna get into it, but I kind of hate how like in LE, going higher difficulty doesn't really unlock anything. It's just like higher chance of X. But you can get a double tier 7 in a level 90 mono. Like, it can happen, right? And I really wish they would like gate a bit more the tier of items you unlock, kind of like PoE with item level and all that, which makes sense. You know, you want to drop the best items, you gotta do the hardest content.
yeah, maybe they can do like, you know, this, you know how it's technically possible, where they like you can get tier 7 technically at low level, but realistically speaking, you're only gonna get it after a certain amount of like corruption.
Yeah, because right now it's equally, it's like it. You have the same chance of getting corrupting a tier 1 than a tier 7 at like level 1. You know.
Yeah.
So
it's
it's
the season
weird.
mechanic. It's the season mechanic. They also nerfed how much, you know, beasts and everything, and how early you find them, and they make them harder, and you encounter them less often. So I'm sure it will adjust it a bit as the new season mechanic comes. But yeah, I mean, I do have a problem with like if you have access to tier 7s too early, which I think we do, it makes anything below tier 7 obsolete in like a matter of 4 hours of gameplay, and I think that's a problem. Like there should be a point and there should be a time in game that is longer than 30 minutes where a tier 6 is exciting, in my opinion.
Even rares. Even
rares should be exciting.
Yeah. I would put the power of exalted items beyond empowered. Like tier 6s you started empowered, and then like tier 7s once you get above 300 corruption or something.
And it makes sense that back in the day they throw exalteds at us super early because they knew that people were not playing the game. So it's like, hey, if you know we have people that they don't even get to empowered, and they don't even get to see exalteds, like we want them to interact with the dungeon, and we want new players to have fun, right? So but now,
do you remember that one patch where they started dropping exalteds like crazy? Like the loot increased like tremendously.
Yeah.
We were like, surely this is a bug, right?
Yeah. And then
surely this is bugged.
Yeah, so I don't know. Especially because again, the problem that happens is like you get tier 7, like by the time you are time gated to unlock 200 corruption, like you have items with tier 7. Like again, my day 1 character, my judgment who died, already had Spirit Shield with tier 7 elemental damage, Jura Rings with tier 7 elemental damage, Movement Speed boots tier 7, like Chest Piece tier 7 HP, like, you know, it's like, bro, this guy is level 12. I've been playing it for 10 hours. Like, what? Like, what 300 corruption? And yeah, I don't know. I feel... Hopefully corruption tiers, bro. It's the big hopium I have. Big hopium for me.
Yeah,
corruption tiers will fix everything. The game will be perfect, you know, once again.
I've heard this, like, this X patch is gonna fix everything. I've heard this like at least.
And we're getting closer, baby.
Now.
Getting closer.
Well, okay. Without like, let's get back on track. I think overall, the game got better though.
For sure. Yeah,
amazing patch. I'm having fun. Yeah. I'm blasting. I don't know. I'm dying Aberoth, and it's fun, and I'm having a lot of adrenaline and freaking. It's a good patch. I think overall, I had super low expectations prior to the patch. Super low expectations. Then we got patch notes. Then started working on the build guides. Then got more and more and more excited. And then as the patch goes live and I play it, I realized that, god damn, this patch is really good. Right?
I feel it's corruption runes though. Like corruption, the fact that you have an item, you corrupt it, let's just say you have an amulet that has crit multi, right? And you corrupt it, and then you get, on top of crit multi, you get physical pen or something, tier 7 or something, I don't know, whatever, right? And you go like, oh shit. Oh, what if I play multi-shot, because, oh man, like, and I have so many items that I've been storing because the corruption is triggering like my imagination, and I kind of want to, and it's unexpected, right? It's not planned, so it kind of as you're playing, you get items that seduce you, into keep playing, into playing a new build or into, and I think that's really cool because again, gearing in last Epoch, especially with imprints, was so streamlined, right? You go Nemesis, you get the fucking item you're looking for, you buff it, you get the tier 7, and it's like, and every build is the same. And now it's like, ooh, wow, a world of excitement in front of me, I'm addicted to crack. Holy.
It's funny though, because I heard the devs, I think on dev stream, like sometime before the patch, they said like they wanna, get like not make every build just be legendaries and no exalted being used, and this patch is even more.
It's the opposite. They've done it even more now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like
full LPs and easy to corrupt, and
Yeah, finding a good exalted and then corrupt it so that you can't slam. That's already a cost.
On the right base,
right?
everything. Yeah.
On the right base, and then you don't have copies. The good thing about legendaries is you can always get a 1 LP with a random base with a tier 7 with Havoc, and boom, So. Yeah, I mean, if their intention was to make exalteds more appealing, with the maybe that's why we're dropping so many corrupted items, because they think they're good. Mike is playing on stream, he drops like a primalist chest with plus skills and whatever, and goes, "Oh my god, this is better than Titanheart! Holy shit!" I don't know.
I mean, it's a usable item, right? But like,
I mean, depends on what the gear it is. I guess it's good. I could see a noob dropping corrupted items and going crazy. Like if their items are dog shit, like sure.
It's kind of like what they do in what you have in PoE, but in PoE you have the market, right? Where it's we also have a market technically, but
how is the market?
I feel like
does anyone know what is happening with the ore market now?
Our market, I don't know.
No. How much is a red ring? Are there red rings now that imprints are
I think
on market?
a few. I think someone told me at the beginning it was like something like 5 million for a 1 LP red ring.
4 million gold?
Or maybe
only?
Is it just a regular red ring or for 5 or?
Wait, how is only 4 million gold? I guess.
I mean, it takes a bit of time to farm 4 million gold. Like I don't know.
No, not if you're selling stuff. No.
I mean, there's. I don't think there's any dupes. I don't think there's been any gold dupes.
There's no dupes, but there's
I think it's
gold,
healthy,
right? It's gold. Gold.
I think it's pretty healthy right now.
Yeah?
Gold.
At least from what I've heard.
Okay, I mean that's pretty bug then. That's good. Shall we talk a bit about how you've been using imprints? What have you imprinted, Pina? Are you still going for the super top end stuff, or?
No. I'm going for so I don't. I think I want to play more builds to just like end game power level. I kind of really stop at single tier 7s and corrupted.
Yeah,
basically. It's more fun as well. You get to play more with your gear without farming too much for it. I think it's the perfect middle ground, and then past that, you would try to go for more.
Are you getting to that point before level 100?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah, same. Just gathering a bit of.
So I went in and killed Aberroth at level 93 or 94 or something. I was like basically done with my I was basically done with my gearing and
bro, you just remind me of something that we must talk about it. Okay, so you guys know we used to be criticized quite a lot because Omnis max rolled in every build. How are you gonna get your resistances? And now it happens. You can actually get a corruption max roll Omnis. Boom! Every build resistance capped forever.
True.
Holy actual reality.
Yeah, you only really need one with crit multi and max rolls, and that's usable
it for every build. Boom.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Holy, your freeze frame Volca is actually insane.
Yeah. I don't know why Cam is like freezing like so much. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Frozen Volca.
But
He's switching to mage.
typically, even on Omni's builds, you don't really need to cap all the reses, right?
Oh, it's just
There
so
are, like,
cozy.
maybe-
You know, it's so cozy. You just do that. You get your red
Yeah.
rings, boom. You know, and all res and boom. So cozy. But oh, what is the craziest corruption you've got? Actually, that's a bit of a Volca. You got some crazy ones, no, on your Riplot?
But the thing is, like, I feel like corruption for me on my build, it's more like crafting. So it's like I will get what I want eventually. It's not like, wow, I got it. I'm sure it's cool to get it finally, but you know, I guess the stun immunity on my chest, like 1 LP, T7 HP, Wall of Nothing with basically max rolls and then stun immunity. But I was like specifically going for that, and I do that for every item. So
do you basically already made up your mind that for you the meta and the goal should be, I'd rather have 1 LP with the right corrupt than 2 LP and just YOLO it and yeah.
Also, it depends on the build, right? Like the build I'm playing, Riplot, is like really benefits from all the new stuff in the season. But some other build, you get some, like, I don't know, you corrupt some int or something, or it's not like, you know, it doesn't make as much of a difference. But on that build, it's like huge. So, but yeah, I pretty much made up my mind already before the patch even. Like that's how I'm gonna play the game.
Yeah.
So
that was
I
kind of our
didn't
call.
really. Yeah. So for me, I didn't really get any crazy corruptions, but there are some nice ones that are fairly simple. Just having a max roll everything on, for example, unstable core, which has like a very high range of stats on it.
Yeah.
You just, you slam tier 7 and then you max roll everything. You have basically a planner, quote unquote, item, you just spawn it, get full stats on it. It's just same thing for my Twisted
Nihilis
Heart
also
that I
goes
got.
pretty crazy. Nihilis, max roll Nihilis now is like a reality basically.
Yeah.
A lot of people in my chat got them already, and with the amount of Nihilises you can farm, you will get it, right? You will get it if you corrupt all of them.
Of course,
you will get it. So
I have a question about the max roll. Like, if you have like negative stats on an item, how does that behave? Like,
everything
does it go
goes
to minimum?
to 255 when it comes to the code, Derek. So if
so it goes
the
bad,
frenzy
right?
would go, the health lost would go to 20 on Nihilis. It would be negative, but in a lot of builds you don't care, right? But
interesting.
it's a price to pay.
Those are quite nice corruptions. I found a couple of nice Omen idols, but I guess playing too many builds, so I don't get to play with them too much.
Have you corrupted something crazy during the campaign, Tarek?
During the campaign, I mean, I have the dude. I was playing, I believe Falconer first. I dropped a bow with like tier 7 increased damage over time. So like,
oh shit,
I don't know, 200.
Holy.
And I was not playing a bow because I was following like the leveling.
And you respect or
during
no?
the leveling, I didn't put a bow, right? And then I play marksman and I dropped the sickest meta weapon for Shadow Dagger. I'm like, what? Like, what is this? Oh my god! And I also watched. That was kind of funny. There's this guy called Tai Tai, like a fresh guy. Yeah, Tai Tai Yo. He was playing hardcore marksman. He was trying to corrupt one of his bow to get like what was it? Shuriken on crit. I watched him. I believe. Like, I started the day by watching his stream. I went to sleep. The next day he was still streaming, and he didn't have the bow corrupted.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a bit of a shame that one is only in a corrupt, because that sounds like a pretty fun build to make, like the bow shuriken on bow thing. Like, I really hope they turn it into an affix, so because that sounds so like a build enabling straight up. So being locked behind corruption is a bit, because it would be really cool. I think for me, I mean, obviously the Omnis max rolled was nice. Because I also like randomly, like I did this thing where I said, "Look at it, it's gonna max roll," and it actually did. So it's pretty funny clip. And then I think my actual favorite corrupt, it's not super hard. It's actually pretty easy to get. But I don't know, when I hit it, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna use this on every build now. I have a Throne of Ambition with 3.8 seconds of frenzy after evading, and it's just so nice, It's just so nice.
Yeah.
Like I just have frenzy on every build now. So
I think
Yeah,
what I would
yeah.
want to get as corruption would be a full set of perfect effect of haste idols.
oh
You
baby.
know, that you just use on a
The
on the
zoom
speed
and the
farming build with like massive effect of haste with like because I think in this patch we can reach 500% movement speed. By the way, I need to test
Is
it.
this
but I think we can reach
project movement
500.
speed, Vina? Is it happening?
Yeah,
Project movement speed?
it's gonna happen at some point. It's gonna happen at some point for sure.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
I think the potato build that he showcased, where you just shift and
the
you're like low life,
experimental.
so it auto use the
Yeah.
the potion. This might be like the craziest like clear in the game, no?
Yeah,
It's like
until you run out
clear
of
everything.
potions, and then you're sad. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe there's like if you know like the good layouts and stuff, you just
Yeah,
repeat
for sure.
that one layout and it's like crazy.
I do think that build is probably the best. But if not the best, it's one of the best for sure for speed farming.
Maybe, dude. You know what?
Because
that
now
build
you
is
have
good
like
at,
the
Vina? It's a
Dude.
cemetery farmer, bro. Cemetery farmer, bro. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
boom,
true.
You know.
True.
But cemetery,
think-
there's a lot of like cul-de-sac. How do you
Walls.
say this?
Walls, dead ends.
Yeah,
Dead
dead
ends?
ends. Yeah, dead ends. There's a lot of dead ends, so I don't know. I think I would prefer to have 500% movement speed over shifting all the time. But then again, I need to figure out how to do damage.
By the way, a small comment, but that affix, how long till they change it or CD or something like what is on like? Do we need this in the game?
Which affix?
The what?
Traversal experimental bullshit cooldown like.
Yeah. The
Like,
cooldown remover when you use a potion.
Yeah, it's gonna be like zombies. They were gonna end up changing it into bees and create the same problem again somehow. Like I don't know.
And dude, they introduced like this new belt that is in the set that has a chance, like by default, the set is 40% chance to not consume a potion when you use it. And if you put it primordial, it's 60%.
Yeah, they had to cap it total to 75 because people had infinite loops with bees. By the way, it was 100%.
Oh
you
my
could reach
God.
100% chance apparently, and you could just do.
Oh my god.
You could just potion forever and not consume a potion and just 10 bees on potion. The bee machine. God. But they capped it on patch notes, so. Yeah, I guess we're getting close to the end. I don't know. I guess as a closing topic, very quickly, I don't know if you guys saw, but I made a video about crafting, and a lot of the. I don't think in the video is showing anything like super groundbreaking or anything. It's just putting all basic information together, right? And I've been surprised about how good of a response it has. And a lot of people.
I saw it on Reddit.
Yeah, my first positive Reddit post in 6 years playing this game. The first time I get a love post.
Nice.
Yeah, I am not cancer for once, so that was nice. Thank you, whoever did it.
Hey, bro, when I saw the Reddit post, I saw in the title Lizard, I was like, oh my god, what did he do? What did he say?
I'm getting cancelled again because I said I like cocks or whatever, and no.
I saw like it was positive. Like, what?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
This?
Yeah. But basically, I also realized how, kind of going back to what Bina was introducing at the beginning with the idol stuff, it's crazy how much people played this game, but because it had a reputation of being, it's just way easier than PoE, it's not complex, it's this or that, a lot of people didn't even really bother into looking at how things function. And I think the crafting in this game, again, it's not rocket science, but you can definitely do a lot of stuff. And based on the feedback on the video, it seems like a lot of people who play this game quite a bit we're not even interacting with the crafting system at a, on a bit deeper level than just basic crafting without thinking too much about things, right? So I wonder how much it's affecting people's perceptions of what the end game and what the content is. When you see people saying, Last Epoch has no content, Last Epoch has nothing to do. Like, well, if you're not interacting with the crafting system properly, and you're not interacting with this properly, and you're not interacting with that properly, what are you doing then? Just doing echoes? Not if you only do that, for sure the game loses all depth, no, really. And
yeah
I don't know if you guys have seen. But... similar things on your streams and on your feedback on your guides, just realizing how young really is the last Epoch player base is, and
yeah, just in terms of like, for example, rushing. When I did the post for rushing to Uberabrath, I did like one post on Reddit.
Yeah.
Like people were so clueless about most of it. Like it's
which
just like
is normal,
people don't
right?
go
People
that
are
in depth
new.
about the game, right?
Yeah, people are new. It's fine, but it's interesting just how the game is on giga infancy when it comes to knowledge and with the basic how people play, basically, right?
Yeah, like it's not like the mechanics are like super in depth either. Like it's just like you have to know 2 or 3 things about, like, for example, corruption or like how stuff like a specific mechanic works. But it's not like we have like 20,000 mechanics for like progression or
but
crafting.
let's just say you're someone who played on season 1 and hasn't played since, and you come back, bro. There's a lot now.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a whole lot.
We struggle to catch up, and we do it full time for a full week before patch, and we're like, what? You remember idols? Our heads were exploding. Like, if you come back from season 1, like you're like, aren't you
getting
like what?
Stun-locked on idols in the planet.
Stun-locked, no? Like so much shit, no?
I think you're talking also about the like trying to figure out how to actually use the systems, but understanding the systems is not like difficult, right?
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah.
But even understanding the system, that's the point of your video. Like people don't even understand those systems. Like they are not like crazy complex either. So I don't know. Like it's funny seeing that.
Yeah, but it's just like simple system on top of simple system on top of simple system, and suddenly people are like,
it's like system bloat.
People forgot glyphs of order existed.
Yeah, true.
Like literally. Like, what is this for? Like, and it's super OP in certain situations, right? So, Bina was mentioning the idol acquisition, and Volka, for example, has experienced that with the warlock stuff. Where for us, we take a look at the endgame planner of a warlock, and it's like, well, it's very obvious that you need this, and this, and then it's powerful. But for a lot of people, even getting there is like a they're starting planner gamers,
It's also like, okay, you take a planner, how are you going to get those items efficiently? This is where that whole thing comes together, and it can feel like quite complex, right? Because you have so many like parts, and those are like, technically you have like infinite resources because you can always farm them, but realistically, time-wise, you have to make choices, right?
Yeah.
You have to like say, okay, I want to farm this for this specific like pieces of gear, then this for this one. Like it was always the case with like specific target farm, but now that we have like more and more and more systems and more ways to craft, like it's I can see that being a thing where
I also feel like people really want to
shit.
rush into certain things. I would have someone saying like, hey, I'm level 78, I'm farming Twisted Heart with LP, like what do I do? Or what prophecies do I use? I'm like, bro, I don't use prophecies until I'm level 12. I can't be fucked, like I literally go into level 12 and I have a million favors sitting there, like literally, like
okay, bro,
like just get your blessings, bro, like don't just rush the end game and forget about it, no?
Yeah, I always do it, like for example for my rush to Ruberoth, I do everything, and like literally the spending my favor is like the last thing that I do before it's always like whenever you have a goal, you spend your favor last.
It's just like in case that you find, randomly what you would have spent favor on. It's just better like this.
But it's kind of crazy because like near the end, like right before your objective, you get so much loot all of a sudden compared to before. It's like
but in COF, for example, if you actually wait till you're level 12 to spend the favor, you basically get double favor. It's like I'm like a bank, I'm like
true.
Like fucking bank main.
Speaking of rerolling prophecies, like hopefully next patch we can get rid of that.
Yeah, they talked about that, right, for the next.
I think it's on the roadmap. Like
it got postponed apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. the most action-packed, moment of the
Yeah,
day.
I like how Bina turns on his stream and the first thing he does is roll prophecies for 1 hour.
Yeah,
It's like,
and
holy exciting
dude, Bina
gameplay.
is
Right.
sitting in voice with us. He's sitting in voice with us, and he said, "Okay, guys, I have to go because I want to stream." And he leaves the voice call. He opens stream and he makes you rewatch prophecies. Like how? What a disgusting
And
creature!
the next stream, he does filters for 1 hour.
And he
like,
does filters for the next hour.
This guy.
Hey, the filter is getting really good. I am gonna try to. Okay, I'm gonna try to ask EHG. If EHG is watching this podcast as well, I want to be able to test the filters before the season goes live because it's super
Bro.
important
Bro,
for the player experience. I need to be able
filters
to do the
are
filters.
crucial for a new player experience.
Yeah.
Filters are crucial. If they're gonna do, they should add anything changed to filters on a hotfix with patch notes. Don't release changes to the filter the day of the patch because it ruins the like again, I am a racer. I have a custom made filter that is patch note proofed, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on with my handmade filter. So imagine, imagine if you're like Timmy, Oh my god! Like, please give us the filter stuff beforehand, because otherwise, I think it makes the league launch experience absolutely horrible. It's horrible, horrible.
Yeah,
So,
I got like a big issues with that because, for example, the idle altars. I put a new rule in all of my filters because of like last Epoch tool. I had like this tool for like loot filters, but the way he implemented it was wrong. So all the loot filters, whenever you wanted to use them actually in game, the rule that I created was show like nothing basically, like
Yeah.
show all items or something like this.
yeah.
It was kind of corrupted, and so I had to like take my time. Like I want to race, right? But I had to
Yeah.
take time to fix like every single like loot filters manually, and I had like I don't know, like maybe 10 loot filters to fix. So it took time. I don't want to do that, man. At
Yeah,
release, I want to
not
do that
only
before.
that, you have all these new sounds and these new rules and this
Yeah.
new thing. Yeah, let me download the patch, and instead of playing, let me sit 2 hours and do my filter before I start playing.
And then you have people that are not literally watching like 24/7 the Discord for like Maxwell, or they are not
Yeah.
like up to date to what I'm doing. So they will be using a loot filter that is completely like
completely
messed up
barked.
for
Yeah,
like
we
the new
got
content.
fucked. Everyone got
And
fucked.
they
the
wouldn't
first
even know
week-
about it.
Yeah. For the first week, filters were kind of screwed.
Yeah.
Filters were pretty screwed for what we have on Maxwell.
Uh,
Not totally screwed, like I fixed as much as possible as I could, but I
Yeah.
could not work on them for 1 week. I could not work on the filters for 1 week. So yeah, it was
Yeah, I
very
mean-
bad. Yeah.
It's just you don't want a situation where you have like unknowns where you don't know if the loot filter is gonna work or not.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And you're playing as like, hey, items don't drop. What? Like, huh? Like,
I want to be able to test the loot filter before. Like it takes like literally now you can do whatever you want with the loot filter. You have 200 rules. The amount of time that you have to spend on loot filter, you don't want to spend that at release, right? You want to spend that before.
And it's the same, to be honest, with the stash tab, bro. When are we getting stash stuff that we can save up, like a template? Because I don't know if you guys seen my stream. I'm boycotting stash tabs. I haven't named a single stash. I haven't colored. I'm boycotting. I'm an agent of chaos until my work on the stash tabs is permanent, and I won't invest on it. I am boycotting order, colors, and all of it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Bina tabs incoming next patch, guys.
Bina tabs. Oh shit!
Oh,
Wait, that will
yeah.
be coded
How
actually.
much? Is it $5 or what?
Paradox filter. Like, holy.
Honestly, that would be so good. You just click on import the just the template of the tabs and how
Oh,
they are,
man.
and then you do create the tab, and you also have like turtle tabs already filtered out that I prepared for you guys based on LP level and how much of a LPL you want in your turtle tabs for 1 LP, 2 LP, 3 LP. Which one do you re-roll? Which one do you not
Holy.
re-roll? Holy, all the
Holy.
colors, the icons, everything.
Holy. Oh
That would be
man.
nice.
Next patch, guys, for sure. Next
For
patch,
sure, yeah.
for sure. EHG, working on it. They got the new The new
Top
team,
priority at EHG is the
bro.
stat, right?
And prophecy quality of life is coming too. It's gonna be insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
And balance too. They're gonna balance the game. Holy, you guys.
I mean, let's not get too crazy. Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Like, I was like, what are they gonna do with the new classes? Because they said they're not gonna be overpowered, but how do they know?
I mean, from past experience, all new stuff is always OP. Like anything new, like Blade Dancer Dispatch, and so.
Yeah, true. It's always like busted. Like,
do you think they were expecting the Shadowrend word creation shenanigans that are going on? Or it was like, oh, we forgot about the graphics. Oops,
No, I think they were. I mean, if they were not expecting it, then I mean, no, they have to know about it, right? They have to.
Well, they know now, Keep in mind, the same team that allowed this to exist nerfed Acid Flask by 90%. Okay, let it be known. So
yeah, but I think it was not for the same reason. I think it was for the maybe too many bees or something. You would get maybe too many bees. I think that's why they nerfed it, not for the actual build.
Why does it have 7 shadows with 0 CD and 0 mana cost?
I don't know. Hey, Bina. I'm seeing a pattern. Like every time there's a build that kills Uber first, it gets nerfed. So
yeah, but the potato effect, potato effect.
Yeah. Potato effect, exactly.
And this is why I'm not killing Uber ever. Like I lay low. I have all my builds ready, and the day there's money on the line, boom, we pull out the secret build. We put the bad builds on S tier, we bait everyone, and then I play my B tier build that is actually secretly S. Boom, easy money. Yoink.
Holy chica.
Easy.
Don't say this. People are actually gonna believe it.
Yeah, they better will. It's all a strategy, guys. Okay, we've been going for 2 hours. I know you guys want to play. I know you guys are tired. I know Bolka needs to sleep. Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to say? What have you been doing on your YouTube since the patch? I don't know if maybe people want to know what you're working on and what they could expect from your channels. Feel free. Bolka, I'll start with you.
I mean, I'm pretty much doing what I'm always doing, like build guides on YouTube and streaming sometimes on Twitch. I'm gonna try to stream a little bit more, but yeah, same as you, like always, build guides, and you can find all those in my YouTube. So
still Riblot, still, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still I'm pretty much gonna min-max Riblot. I feel I really don't want to play anything else until I'm like super done with the build. So maybe because I was like rank 1 for a while on corruption, so it doesn't mean anything, the corruption ladder to me, but maybe I for fun.
But you gotta show them. You gotta show them.
Yeah, like min-max to the absolute maximum and just push even more corruption.
Volka, think about this. If you are rank 1 corruption, when you get tagged on Discord, you can just say, I'm rank 1,
Holy, yeah.
Like, shut up,
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much, it's something nice to do, I guess, and I like to build a lot, so it's fun to play.
That's why Bina is no longer the Ballista Authority,
Ooh.
I might be back at the end of the season just to show all of these people who is the Ballista OG.
The Ballista boss.
The boss.
But I'm reformed. I like hardcore now. I like playing in hardcore. I like having.
Dude, I can't believe
I managed having a meaning to life.
Dude, people don't know how much I gaslighted you behind the scenes. You need to go hardcore. You need to go hardcore. You will, and I'm so glad you did, man. It's so much better.
It's so good. It's just so good. If not, I would be at the mental hospital alongside Cartel
versus Cartel and the other guys.
Yeah.
2K
one is 50,000 and the other day 51,000, 52,000.
Queuing up in Arkham City, with the ballista.
But I don't know. I think at the end of the season, I could see myself going into corruption and trying to do some bullshit. Maybe not with Ballista. Might be with Shadowrend this time. How high do you think Shadowrend is getting? Like
whatever you want.
200,000.
Whatever you want. Yeah, whatever you want.
I mean, you just never stop playing. Like play forever until the next season.
Literally whatever you want. Boom. Yeah.
But yeah, so as for me, I'm basically streaming a lot. I'm still super motivated with this season. I have a lot of things to test. I'll be doing some more YouTube content as well. I am slowly gonna get into the optimizing the farming strategies for this season and trying out different things. I always talk with multiple different content creators as well, or not content creators, or just different players, and try to, like, the more brains we are that try to figure these things out, the better it's gonna be. There's a lot of also in chat. There's like a lot of blasters as well. So we're gonna try to figure all of these things and try to share as much knowledge as possible with everyone, so that everyone can have the best time playing LE and farming and getting their gear. So that's pretty much
GG.
that.
Eric?
That's nice. Yeah, for me, I think I'm gonna pause the content creation side for a bit. But I'm planning to do like a lot of stuff for next season. Basically, I've been min-maxing not for this season but the next one.
Yeah.
With all the stuff I've done for like leveling and everything. So I'm gonna continue on that and go over like all the remaining leveling guides. And I'm gonna actually also like do proper runs to Empowered on every single guide. So people are actually gonna have like videos of that, because I think it's what people want to see for leveling. To have
Eric,
like the full.
is the
Yeah?
is the plan to have a leveling guide for each mastery eventually?
I mean, eventually, it also kind of depends, right? On like certain classes, if the leveling
It's
like
too
available
bad.
are kind of clunky. Like I won't make guides for those.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna wait until like the classes reworked. But
Yeah.
if I have time and I like the season doesn't rework anything, I might go at it, right? It's just that sometimes people ask me like, do a Warpath leveling guide. Bro, Lizard took 8 hours with Twink leveling gear. What do you mean?
I mean,
do a
I did
Warpath?
Poison Warpath, I must say, but yeah, it was not good.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were-
but it's like I don't want to create guides where I know it's gonna be like it's gonna feel
Yeah,
shit to play.
That
Like
would make sense to do bad ones.
You
yeah.
don't want to recommend a bad time just because
yeah,
Yeah.
I
think
might
it's
as
mainly
well
the
archive
problem
like
that
old ones. Yeah, no,
I
go
think
ahead.
it's mainly the problem of people that play the leveling guides for too long, maybe because they're too good, and then they get higher level. They don't have enough gold to respec or something, or they get like
That's on
yeah.
EHU,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah.
That's on EHU, brother. Like, listen to
That's
Rax,
true.
yeah. Listen to Rax.
Yeah, the gold respect doesn't make sense. The gold cost, it's it scales way too high. Like in the end levels. But yeah,
Well,
that's pretty
cool.
much what I'll be doing.
Pretty
Oh,
funny
also
one.
wait.
Oh, sorry.
Last thing is I'm gonna attempt like also new Uber Aberoth rushing. Maybe in hardcore, we'll see.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Nice,
Hardcore would be
nice.
like Gigapog, but it's gonna require a lot of time. So I don't know. It's just a matter of motivation, I guess.
Yeah.
Are we going
Yeah.
back for percentage runs on your channel maybe eventually for each class so people can maybe?
Percentage run? What do you mean?
Yeah,
by
like
percentage?
just speed runs, like full runs. What
Uber Aberroth, any
oh.
percent, something like that.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
I
Uber
kind of miss
Aberoth
those,
rushing is
I kind of
basically
miss
it,
those.
right? Yeah. True. It's been a while.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you guys know where to find me and what I'm doing. So thank you guys for being here. It seems like, again, this patch didn't have as many players, but it seems like the players that are playing are still pretty engaged. So, if everything stays like this, maybe we could meet again in like a week or so and talk a bit about any experimentation, maybe the meta is more clear, and maybe the softcore ladder is, instead of 2k deaths, is at 6k deaths. Who knows? Like it could the world record death count could happen. So
I think we'll still be here next patch. Not next patch, next week.
Yeah.
Still super motivated. So yeah, there's a lot to probably talk about next week after having played more of the upcoming builds and rising builds. So yeah.
Especially, again, strategy, like the stuff that it takes time, right? Like the strategies, the farming, the imprints,
Yep.
How the idols, like all of those stuff. Like, again, I'll start getting into it myself. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Once again, the Mafia is glad to have you all here. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
All right, GG's.
Bye-bye.
Pina.